You mess with the wrong one. You walked in like you owned every piece of my life. Same blue, same badge, standing right by my side. But I saw that twitch, couldn't hide. Looked at me like a stranger, like our history died. You lied to my face, for you never knew me. Like I was disposable, something you could bury and delete. You sparked that chain, but then you stepped aside. Watch me burn while your good old boys all covered their eyes. I hit the ground, but I didn't stay. Lost everything, still standing today. You crossed that line, now it's crystal clear. You don't know the hell you created here. You mess with the wrong one. I don't fold, I don't break, I take back control. You made your move, I held my truth. Now I'm coming for what you stole. You mess with the wrong one. Say it loud, still in the chaos, calm in the crowd. You lit that chamber, now the fire's grown. Got an army behind me, I'm not alone. No, never again. One call from the coward flipped my whole world black. Silence hit, that was the knife in my back. Whole life erased in a single calculated snap. Stood there screaming your name, no answer coming back. Didn't see coming from the man who said he loved me. While my brothers in blue turned and put me on the ground bleeding. But I'm still breathing, still standing right here. That should tell you loud and clear, you don't know who you're fucking with. Wore that blue with pride, never thought I'd see the other side. Now my eyes wide open, I see every lie. Now I decide. You thought that was the end of me? No, this wasn't postpartum, this was Justinism. Every mind game, every setup, every twist of the system. I survived your war, and now I'm in control. Watch me. You mess with the wrong one. Now watch me rise. Every truth you buried, every filthy lie. I don't run, I don't retreat. Got a hope on me, moving with my heartbeat. You mess with the wrong one. Understand why I rebuild with these two blood-stained hands. You tried to break me, couldn't ever win. Now watch me take back everything again. You knew my name, you always did. You just didn't know who you were messing with. Now you do. I've always been true. Now I'm coming for all of you.
Bam. Happy Mother's Day, ladies, and happy Mother's Day to Kelsey Fitzsimmons. Got some kind of custody back before. At least they got the answer on all of it before. So it's Sunday again. Turtleboy pre-show. Turtleboy pregame show. What are y'all doing today? What up, Mary B?
Hey, what's going on?
Not shit. I think it's going to be just me and you. I'm not going to send out any more links. Just me and you.
All right.
If you're good with that. I'm not mad at anybody or anything.
I'm fine with that.
I've got like 35 interviews to listen to.
Which interviews?
Interviews, yeah. Going back 2 years with Turtleboy. So it's just different Turtleboy interviews.
Oh, okay. Sounds fun.
Cool. Let me show you some of them real quick. I don't know what order this will be in. But I know what order we're going to play it in. So we got Melanie Little. We got Jimmy.
Okay.
We got
Baker.
We got Nick Rakita. We got The Glara. We got Cindy G, which I really don't know who that is, but 2 years ago she must have been doing really well. I don't know what she's doing now. Probably not part of the FKR.
All right.
And then to start it off, we're going to do Turtleboy's first live interview after he got out of jail. Guess who that was with?
Oh, boy. Everyone start the wow count.
Yeah, wow it out. Look at that microphone. Oh yeah, that's fucking right. You can tell it's old. I mean, he's got a lot of nice equipment now, but that right there, that's not nice equipment. It's not
No,
horrible equipment. It's just
I mean it looks like it's from Nintendo.
starter equipment.
Yeah.
Starter equipment. But yeah, I think a few people are still alive, but whatever.
That's okay.
Yeah.
This was the pregame
Do our
show. So
thing.
they all come back here.
Yeah. Winks already popped it off with 50 membos. Darn.
We love you, Winks.
Can't even tell you. Do not fuck with Winks.
No.
Or Fearless Farm Girl. Because
Thanks,
she's always rolling the goals. We didn't hit yesterday's goal, which didn't make me sad, but if we don't hit today's, I will be sad. 2 in a row is that's not good luck.
Yeah, guys, come on. We don't want to deal with him being sad.
Got to start off a Monday like that, you know?
For real.
I'm just fucking with you. But we're going to get it because it's nothing. Nothing. These people eat goals for breakfast.
Yeah, let's get those rolls.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it. Just get those rolls.
Yeah. StreamYard giving you hell today, Kazi?
StreamYard is like Kazi's worst enemy. And that says a lot. I don't know if it's going to be StreamYard or Lana. I don't know.
Well, Lana's been on one lately. Matter of fact, let me show you what. Let me just pull it up. I think it's funny. I think it's funny if I can find it real quick. There you are. All right, so this is our page. Look at this right here. Turtleboy pregame.
That's fun.
I know. It's awesome.
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
So when you know you made it, we made it.
Yes.
She is like Idaho 4, and her streams get just tons of views, Idaho 4, and different shit. Look at all this. 18,000, 10,000, 14,000. Anything with Turtleboy on it, I'm surprised that one did. We must have rewatched that a bunch of times. But most of these with Turtleboy just...
Yeah, she's banking off his name.
Yeah, but she's making enough money on the side. She can afford to do that. Ooh, what's that regular RM? Nice.
Thank you.
The best people. May not have the most people, but I got the best. The best and the brightest, I think.
I'm right.
May have stole that slogan.
That's okay.
But yeah, she's doing a little Turtleboy pregame come Tuesday. It's a little late for a pregame, but...
Yeah, I know. Like, you're just going to do an hour pre-gaming? I wonder if she'll send everyone over.
No, it's for 8. He usually goes at 8. It'll be
your time.
Showing my time. So you got to go on before for a pregame.
Yeah. That doesn't count as a pregame then. It's done.
Yeah. I know she's smart and all, but sometimes people need a little help, you know?
Yeah, I don't think she's smart.
Well.
Just from what I've heard, you know?
Yeah, so we might change it up in a little while. We might not. I don't know. Might get a little ADHD theater going. Get a bunch of interviews rolling.
Well, speaking of not smart people, let's watch some LTL.
Perfect. Perfect start off.
Thank you.
This is like before the Karen Reed thing boomed either one of them. Look at them.
Yeah. Such babies.
Mm-hmm. Teeves is in that prison shape too.
Yeah.
Got the prison haircut kicking.
Yep.
Well, without further ado. Oh, and the intro song, that was something the toy made for Kelsey for Mother's Day.
So well done.
Pretty good song. And here we go. LTL. I was listening to it on Kazi earlier. Cracks me up. he had to do a public service announcement about where his money goes. I would just be like, fuck you. The money came in here and I did what I wanted to with it. It's none of your fucking business.
Yeah. Hookers and coke. Fuck you.
Yeah. You don't like boats and hoes, don't donate. 80% goes to boats and hoes.
Should.
10% goes to drugs and alcohol, which, he's a Christian metal head, sober, like I'm not going to say weirdo metal, but it's weird. Anyways, yeah, he's ridiculous, but in chronological order, let's watch it grow.
Yeah, it's nonsense. I don't even know what these 2 new charges
are. Oh, shit, I forgot about my public service announcement. The video, I'm going to start. Oh, shit. You're going to love this, Mary B. Since it's interviews, we're going to start with, where did you go? Here we go. All right. You ready? To start off the Turtleboy pregame, here we go. Check this out. This guy holds the world record for the largest penis in the world.
Oh my God.
Yes.
But he's obviously not gonna show it. We need
No, he's not gonna show it.
Is your penis?
Soft is more like 10.5, and then 14.5 erect.
14.5 inch.
Look at the shock on this lady's face.
Like, what do you do with all that?
Just erect.
Yeah, so there's a little smaller, so like 14.5.
That's like this.
It's a bit more than that, I think.
This?
Yeah, I'm not probably like that.
Your penis is like this.
Yeah. We've done your research. That should be, a known fact by now.
So 14.5 inches. Has it, did you grow into this? Like, what was it
But
like?
it wasn't like I came out of the womb with you.
Yeah, you came out of the womb with like a 14. It's like bigger than your body. So what happened? Like, how did you get to this point?
A lot of sort of small growth spurts. They kept happening and happening. So I had sort of one when I was about 13, 14. I had another one later on, and so on, till my sort of mid, early 20s.
There needs to be a lot of blood.
Yes.
Going to your penis in order to get an
What
erection.
do you think happened to his arm?
I don't know.
His arm is 20 inches and his dick is 14.5. So when it filled up, some blood's got to come from somewhere.
Especially with that much meat.
Yes.
Like, do you have problems with erections?
It takes a long time to get erections as opposed to having problems. Like I do get erect.
Yeah.
It just takes time. Like when I got measured the last time, they did an intracavernosal shot. So they inject you with something which makes you aroused.
Oh, like a Viagra?
It's basically, it's like stronger than Viagra because it's directly into
so that you can have a really hard
because it's what they often do for
studies.
Because that way everyone's got, so it's strange to go to a room and say like, do yourself until you're ready for the study. They just
everyone's in their max size.
Basically, that's the whole point of doing that kind of study.
So who verified you?
It was an NHS affiliated study. But there's no official study in terms of Guinness World Records because they don't do it. So I'm not claiming a Guinness record or anything like that. It's just been various studies throughout the time.
Wow. So with having a penis so big, I have to imagine that dating is a little bit difficult.
Well, difficult makes it sound like much worse. Dating is difficult because I'm a chubby older man in my 40s. Well, so that's more of an obstacle than
no. I mean,
it's an issue.
If it's me, I would say it won't fit. So
there's practicality. There's ways to get used to it. I've gotten much better at it over the years of understanding. It's obviously not all about penetration, or it's very gradual, very small amounts of penetration.
Going to take a few times. What he's saying. Going to take a few times. All right. I just wanted.
All right. Well, I mean, as long as he's learned how to use it properly and safely.
If there is a properly and safely. All right, back to this dude right here. Just wanted you to know that that's on YouTube.
I appreciate that.
And it's probably got 1.3 million views. It's only 2 weeks old.
Yeah, that will definitely grow. No pun intended. I really didn't mean to do that. Oh boy.
Perfect.
These are today.
like whatever. Cases obviously.
I let it start in the wrong spot.
Dude, what's up, bro?
Hey, how's it going, man?
What's up, man?
How
So,
are
no, how are you?
I am overwhelmed right now. If I'm perfectly honest with you, I don't know how to feel right now. It feels so weird. Just like it's gonna take like a week to readjust, man. Like I said, nothing. It's like I was so looking forward to getting out, and then yesterday around like 2:00, I just started having like anxiety, man. It was weird. Like shit.
Say hi to everybody. They're fucking everybody's here, bro.
What's up,
Like,
Turtleriders?
Everybody's like ecstatic right now, man. It's crazy. I mean, it's been.
I forgot to say hey to everybody. All these women should be warmed up now, Mary B. What up, Smarter Hari? Mastiff Mama's here. Bless is here. What up? Oh, Barbara. Hello, Barbara. She made it home. Linda Lou was up. Timely manner. Shelly. What up, Shelly? Bob Cromwell. What's up, buddy? Oh, what up?
What's up, Bob?
Bunny? What up, Bunny?
Bun.
Miss V, what up? TC. Deformation's here. What up, Deformation? Cajun's here. It's always a good time when Cajun's here.
Cajun.
Saw Kazi earlier. What up, Jackie? Crazy Brazilian. Y'all just don't know how funny this lady right here is. She is fucking hysterical.
Yeah.
And say hello to my wife. Hello, wife.
Hello, beautiful toy. Happy Mother's Day.
What up, beach girl? Running on calf. And all of you other people who don't have time to go through there. And all you lurkers. What up, lurkers? Hopefully
What's up, lurkers and potentially haters?
Oh, nice. Potential.
Yes.
We could turn them at any second.
Mm-hmm.
You know, turn a couple of people during this to the dark side.
And it's been a whirlwind, dude. Like, it's just been crazy. And today it was like I was saying, it was just
Thunder, what up, Thunder?
all the people that messaged me, like, it doesn't look like he's gonna get out, and then it looks like he's gonna get out. New shirt?
Oh no, I've had this. I'm just saying, like, I'm making a face like, who the hell said I wasn't gonna get out?
Like,
Stop
well,
listening to
the
morons
trolls
on Twitter. Yeah, maybe don't
morons
listen
on
to them.
Right.
Then
And then,
that's not how bail revocation works. Bail revocation works like you revoke your bail for 60 days, which they did. You serve your 60 and you go home. That's how bail revocation works.
KDK.
It's not that. I mean, and I'll never be convicted of any of these crimes. Everybody knows that. So basically, I just did 60 days in jail for nothing, and that's irreparable harm. And you know, the Commonwealth better hope. They better hope that Brian Tully doesn't get arrested, because if Brian Tully is going to get arrested, I'm going to be a millionaire. I'll tell you that much right now. You understand this? Like, if they brought charges against me by some criminal cop who they should have known was a criminal cop working for the state of Massachusetts, brings charges against me to cover his own ass because I'm exposing him, and then he ends up getting arrested, right? Millionaire overnight, tomorrow. Like, thank you, not a problem. I'm looking forward to that. But obviously, you can't get any civil suits.
Yeah, the cat that we have now, Mary B, she just zooms around. Zoom, gone.
She's got a lot of energy.
Oh God, you have no idea. She runs up to the dogs and takes her paw real slow and goes pop, smacks them right in the face and runs off.
Yeah, the murder mittens, they work.
Yeah, they like her now though.
Oh, that's so nice.
At least when everybody's looking, they do. They're smart.
Sweet Mabel. Is that still her name?
Yep.
So cute.
Mabel. And I didn't know, but it cost $150 to get shots for a little bitty tiny cat.
Yeah, there's a lot of costs associated with them when they're little, but then they're very simple from there.
Good, because like another round of shots next week or the week after or something crazy.
Yeah, a couple boosters, then you gotta get her fixed, and then that's it. And you just get a rabies shot every few years.
Yeah, just a free cat for $1,200. No problem.
Unless you get the problem fixed. So I'm anxious to see what happens in the next couple of weeks, obviously, because the Karen Reed case is obviously now intertwined with mine. And, the fortunes of Karen Reed go the fortunes of me, I guess. But, I mean, these charges, we've all read the charging documents. Yeah. It's nonsense. I don't even know what these two new charges are today. Like, whatever. Just add them to the pile at this point. It's just, this is what they do. Basically, they knew that I was going to have, every time you're about to have a good day, December 22nd, I had a good day in court. And then what do? They set it up the next day.
Yep.
Right. Then today, they know I'm getting out of jail. And what do? They add 2 more. They could have done this a week ago. It's nonsense. But anyway,
well, their plan is, and I'm sorry to cut you off, Aiden. You know, their plan was, and I think, you know, we've all talked about it out here, is keep him behind bars as long as Karen's case goes. And then once she's out, he's out. This was what it was. It was to silence the whole movement. Fucking movement wasn't going to stop. I mean, no. What did they think they were going to do? Of course.
Well, they did get more brazen. All of a sudden, Chris Albert and Jennifer McCabe start showing up at court. All of a sudden, real quick, they got real brazen there all of a sudden. And
I sat behind her in court the other day at Karen's hearing.
Darn. Check this out.
Oh my God.
Happy Mother's Day to this wonderful, wonderful family who took in and adopted 2 children after their mother abused and neglected them and refused to do the bare minimum required to reunify with them. So happy they got to wake up today and say, Happy Mother's Day to someone who actually gives a shit about them. Damn.
Justified.
This one says, sadly, the 2 older siblings were not as lucky and were returned to sender because the birth mother made a deal where she got to pick which 2 kids she wanted to keep. Ugh.
Yeah, that didn't work out well for them, I'm sure.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's gross.
And like I said, I've got a shitload of different interviews, so let's just skip over to here. Like I said, I don't know who this chick is, but 2 years ago, she was getting a pretty good bit of views, and she had him on a few times, so.
Okay.
Not watching them all, just watching this one. Just check it out. Listening to his verbiage 2 years ago.
It was still being used after he had been dead or had fallen in the snow or whatnot.
It was moving.
Is that? Yeah.
It moved. The phone moved.
Right. So what is the explanation for that, Boundless?
So, I mean, at 12:31, that's when it last moved. So I would assume, because if you move a certain amount, like if you move too fast, it's not going to count your steps. So he could have been hit after that, or that could have been the last time he was on his feet walking at 12:31, or someone else had the phone.
So how was he walking at 12:31? Where was he? How come Ryan Nagel didn't see him then?
Ryan Nagel left before they did.
Yeah, so where was he? You're saying he was alive at 12:30. Where was he?
In the car. He had to have been in the car.
So we're back to Ryan Nagel lied about that. Okay.
I don't think he lied, but like he didn't say that he saw him get out of the car and go in the house. Like
he said definitively in his statement that there was no one else in the car with Karen Reed. Definitively.
He didn't say that. He said he didn't.
He said that.
He said that he didn't see anybody else in the car. But
what's
like
the difference?
But I also don't think
was he giving her like where was he ducking down? Was he hiding from Ryan Nagel?
Yeah, but from that logic, you're saying that he in front of him, the door that he's picking his sister up from, he missed that.
Where was Ryan Nagel sitting in the car?
Right behind their car.
No, Ryan Nagel was in the back seat.
Well, there was with 2 other people in the car.
Yeah, and they didn't see him. According to Karen,
so he's just invisible.
If
you have an invisible cloak on and when
oh, he's in the fucking house. Durr. Damn. There's a whole fucking
trying to tell you, man. Trying to tell you, and you ain't listening.
Whole house. They came to go in the house. They didn't come to sit in the driveway or the road. They came to go inside the house.
Right.
Yeah, balanced millennial. Yep. Forgot his name. Oh.
You dropped it. First of all, it was snowing. There was snow everywhere. He gets out of the car.
Exactly my point. So, like, it's more likely that they didn't see him when they were driving by in the car.
You got out of the car in a long sleeve shirt in 19-degree weather. Would you walk to the door or run?
I mean, if someone pulled up in front of a house and it was a house that I was picking someone up from, and I saw someone in the car get out, and I would see the person get out of the car.
Would you walk to the door or run?
It doesn't matter.
Would you walk to the door or run? If you were John O'Keefe and it was snowing out 19 degrees and you had a thin long sleeve shirt.
It's intended to draw a reaction for sure. What's up, Say?
Would you?
Well, I
walk
mean,
to
he
the
was
door
going to a
or
house
run?
that he didn't know the people, so I don't think he would just run into the house.
Okay, so he's going to take his time. That's your
would-
position. So Ryan Nagel's wrong. The plow driver's wrong, and John McCabe took.
Well,
a
Ryan Nagel
control.
is wrong because you're
That's your
saying that
position.
he went in the house and he was just invisible when he walked in the house. So Ryan Nagel is wrong.
So Ryan Nagel, okay, I hope that's the prosecution's. I pray to God that is the prosecution's.
But how can you
that
how
Ryan
can you
Nagel
say
is
that
wrong?
though?
Because
So how
they'll
can-
get laughed out of court if that happens.
Yeah, but how can you say that he didn't see him walk in the house, but he would have seen him in the car?
Because it was snowing out.
Okay,
And he
exactly
ran
my
to the
point.
door.
But wouldn't
and
you?
They pulled up about 5 or 10 seconds later. That
They
gives
were
him
right
chance to
behind
run to the
them.
door.
They
Let me
were
read
right
what this
behind
says.
them.
Troopers also interviewed Mr. Ryan Nagel. Mr. Nagel's sister Julie had been at 34 Fairview the evening of January 28th, visiting with the Albert son for his birthday. Mr. Nagel stated that he had been contacted by his sister asking for a ride home. His friend drove with Mr. Nagel in the front passenger seat and his girlfriend of the rear cab of his friend's. The truck was driving down Cedar Crest Road. He observed a set of headlights of a mid-sized black SUV coming from the opposite direction on Cedar Crest. And the truck he was traveling in yielded to the SUV, making a right turn on Fairview, and then followed behind him onto Fairview. Mr. Nagel stated that the truck stopped directly in front of the driveway to the home and remembered the black SUV stopping along the right-hand curb toward the left side of the property. He remained within the truck while his sister exited the home and asked him to come inside. He declined the invitation. As the sister returned to the home, Mr. Nagel observed the black SUV pull up an approximate 1 to 1.5 car lengths to the left where the flagpole was located. He stated the SUV's driver did not appear to place the vehicle in park at any points as the rear brake lights were illuminated. Mr. Nagel reported hearing no noises coming from the interior of the SUV. He indicated that as his friend pulled away from the side of the road, when they were leaving, they drove past the black SUV. He observed the interior light on within the vehicle and a Caucasian female operator seated inside the vehicle holding the steering wheel, staring straight ahead of her.
Yeah. Where's John?
Exactly. We've been saying that forever. If we can figure that out, we'll figure out the whole thing. We also got this one.
Whoops, that was muted.
Beef murder.
This is from 2 years ago, but I bet that will be in this chat. I'm going to leave the chat up so I can find myself.
And
Oh, that's fun.
Aaron Reed business because something stinks, people. And I think we all know it. I know a lot of you that are already in here already know it. And I have a very special guest. This is who you guys are all here for. He's waiting for me backstage. I'm going to go ahead and bring him on. I've got the man himself, Turtleboy.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here, man. This really does mean a lot, man. I really appreciate it.
Happy to join. Always happy to cross whatever with new channels and meet new people and talk to new audiences about this very, very important case.
Yes, it is. It is very important. And I'll be now I'm still learning.
Make sure you say happy birthday to James Lynch if he's in here.
Yeah,
He's
just happy birthday, James.
About this case. The way that I usually cover cases most of the time is I kind of just I let my audience kind of in on it as I'm learning and I explore it live. I don't do behind the scenes research too much. And so I've been doing a few lives here and there and educating myself a little bit here and there. But actually most of what I've learned and come to terms with I don't think that we have the same theories, but of course I'm not as educated on the case as you are. But before we get into all that, how did you tell me a little bit about yourself? Give me a little bit about your background.
Pretty cool, isn't it? Go back to a time when none of this was a community yet.
Right. It's like they're meet cute.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, I like visiting new channels. Now they're like besties. So cute.
Yeah, now they mime together. Dangerous mime activities.
T-Rex arms.
I got the IPA.
Why is this
Dang, you're popular.
It's one of those stupid like games. I think I started playing Weed Inc. on my phone.
Oh, yeah.
And they gave me like some extra like I don't know jewels or something if I join the Discord, and I have regrets.
All right. Well, this is interesting to watch. Here we go.
Yes, it is.
Well, so I'm 41, so I've got a long background, but basically I was a high school teacher for 10 years in Massachusetts, and I started blogging as a side hobby anonymously. Eventually I left teaching to do this full time. It's kind of a long story, but over the years I've just been building an audience in the, I'm from a place called Worcester, Massachusetts. It's like an hour outside of Boston, and that's where I started. And then the market grew, and we started getting a Boston audience in Rhode Island and New Hampshire. And now we've been growing pretty rapidly. And this case especially has brought us followers from all over the world, really. And, I've been doing stories kind of like this for years, investigative journalism, but I've never had a story this complex. And nothing comes close to how long this has lasted. I've been working on this almost for 6 months now. Usually when I do a story, it's over within a week. This one never ends because the twists and the turns just don't stop. And they're not giving up, even though it's quite clear that they should, the other side, because the facts are not on their side. Karen Reid is a completely innocent woman. Everyone knows that. And
Man, Stork, what's up, buddy? What's up, Lauren?
Hey, Jeff.
Don't forget my public service announcement interview at the first of this. We're talking to the man with the largest penis in the world.
Yeah.
To get the whole thing.
Right.
His freaking arm's in a brace. He's got it's not a Stanley Cup arm. It's way heavier than a Stanley Cup.
Right.
You don't want to kill someone.
He seems so timid for having such a huge dom.
Yeah.
And
I'm not a big fan, honestly.
Have people been able to give you a proper blowjob?
No, I've never been a fan of them. I thought, no, it's not my
because
sort
they
of thing.
can't.
No, I mean, I'm not blaming them. I'm just saying
Because they can only go in
Their fault.
Yeah.
I can imagine going in like this.
It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube, I promise. We're gonna watch it all by the end of
yet they're just digging their heels in, and they want to dance.
It's 10 minutes, so it's shorter than the length of his dick.
So we have to dance with them, and here we are.
Yeah, I've noticed that in my little bit of observation, one of the things that smells the most fishy to me about this case is the prosecution's approach to things and the so-called witnesses that would either convict or would help convict or exonerate Karen Reid. And it seems like the defense has more of a case, like just easily more of a case and just obviously than the prosecution seems to have. And I've covered a few cases on this channel, and I've also covered a few trials as they go. And one of the things that I've learned, one of the things you keep in mind is just your basic knowledge of how the judicial system works, which is the burden of proof is on the
I have not recognized one name in the chat yet.
Prosecution.
Who are these people?
Defense, and yet the prosecution doesn't seem to be presenting much of this proof that they have the burden of.
No. I mean, and you use the word witnesses. This is one of those rare cases where none of the witnesses witnessed anything. The only thing that they witnessed, if you actually read the charging documents, like 3/4 of the charging documents are about what they witnessed at the bar prior to. Like, I know everything that happened at the Waterfall Bar and at C.F. McCarthy's prior to them leaving there. I know all about that. I mean, I could tell you where everyone was standing, how many drinks they all had, who was doing what at what time. I know everything about what happened at the bar.
I could tell you in 30 seconds. They went to one bar, then they went to another. Karen Reid took one drink with her to another bar. Allegedly.
That's what they say. That's what they
right,
say, yeah.
allegedly. Right. And then, and she didn't seem drunk. John didn't seem drunk. Everybody seems to think, because I read all of these statements, and those statements to me are one of the fishiest things that I've ever seen. None of them none of them coincide with each other.
Those statements are all a distraction, basically, because it doesn't matter if she had 100 drinks. The fact of the matter is there's no evidence whatsoever that she killed John O'Keefe. It's foolish to believe that she did, just looking at the body and looking at the car. And when they interviewed these people at the house, it's interesting that, they interviewed Gemma Cabe about what she saw allegedly outside the house, which was just a car leaving, but you never once heard them talk about what was happening inside the house. That was never discussed at all. Like, who was there? What were you guys doing? How loud was it inside the house? Like, were you guys drunk? Like, was there booze? What was going on in there, etc.? All you heard about was them, talking.
October 4th, 2023 was the date of this here video.
About what was going on outside the house. And what they all say is that they saw Karen Reed pull up and that Gemma Cabe saw him leave, then leave at 12:45, that they got there around 12:20 something and left there at around 12:45, which is now in direct conflict with the Commonwealth's new theory that she got there. He got out of the car almost immediately. She dropped him off, not over here where the driveway is, but rather in the corner of the house for some reason. And then he got out, stood in the middle of the road with his cocktail glass, and she drove up 62 feet in front of the neighbor's house, gunned it in reverse in a snowstorm, going 24 miles an hour in reverse in just 62 feet, which is, I've tried it several times. I can't reach that speed in 62 feet. She did it in the snow and hit him perfectly. And luckily her car was unscathed and not a single person inside the house saw that or heard it. Like, nobody heard it. That would be rather loud. But they luckily.
No, it's not loud. It's not loud. Not loud at all. All of that happened about the same decibel level as the snow hitting the ground. All right. We don't want to get too far into one of them. I'm telling you, I've got a bunch of them. It's good. It's kind of like a strange thing to think of, but it hit me earlier, so I got them lined up. Here's Nick Rakita. Let's see what the date on this is. 2 years ago, October 30th. So this is just after the one Will did. So let's see what old Nicky Boy is talking about.
Fishing something to keep them out of a courtroom because they have critical information about someone with money and power. But in this case, the money and power is all on the side of the government.
Right. And the guns too. That's the most important part. I mean, like they can do whatever they want. A tyrannical government can do whatever they want. Why? Because they have all the guns. And there's nothing you can do about it if they come to your house and you say you're going to jail, even though you're like, I didn't do anything wrong. This is completely unjust. They got the guns. So what are you going to do about it? But yeah, I mean, this whole thing, this should scare the shit out of journalists everywhere. And not just journalists, free people who want to peacefully protest. This should scare the shit out of organizations like even like Black Lives Matter. Like, they're the people that, I mean, they burned down American cities. We just let them do it. They stood outside of Supreme Court justices' homes and demanded that they vote, that they not overturn Roe versus Wade, to jurists. And somehow I am being charged with witness intimidation because I held a peaceful protest in this town. One of the things, we had a rolling rally in Canton one day on July 22nd, about 300 of us. This is cited in the charging document. We went to the homes of 4 different individuals who we believe, and the evidence shows, were involved in covering up the murder of John O'Keefe. And I went outside of each of them, like a couple hundred people on the streets, no women, children, elderly, you name it. And we stood outside and we talked about what the person who lives in the house did. And we said that they should tell the truth. They should tell the truth. Not they should change their testimony to a lie. That's what witness intimidation is. When you try to prevent people from telling the truth. We just simply urged people, you should tell the truth, which is a common sense thing that everyone should agree with. We're not hurting anyone. We're not trying to get people to lie. We're telling people that you should tell the truth about what happened inside this house behind me.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, that is the entire that's the entire principle of the process of a court case is that the truth is coming out. You're going to be put under oath. There will be people to challenge anything that you say, anything that you refuse to say. That will all come out. And having people, encouraging people, even demanding people to tell the truth is not witness intimidation. Witness intimidation is, again, preventing the truth from coming out, usually by preventing the truth from having a chance to even be explored, by preventing people from showing up.
Hello?
So here I'm trying to, I think I've got the part of the charging document here. I'm going to see if I can find the whole thing. Unless you've got it. Oh, wait, no, here. If you've got a link to it.
I can bring it up. I can find it for you. No problem. Give me a minute.
Yeah, if you send me that link, we'll pull them up in a second here. But it's crazy. And I see what I love about this already is you have some fans that are here as well.
I do.
And I say a warm welcome to everybody who's in the chat watching this show on YouTube and on Rumble. One thing I will say is my chat does not have particular rules. You are under YouTube's rules or you're under Rumble's rules. That's about it. The only rule that I have is no spamming. And fortunately for you, you're all on a 10-second timer, so you can't. So you do have the ability to say what you want, but just know that you're responsible for what you say, and the actions and consequences, or the actions that you take will have the consequences that you reap, but you won't be.
Nice. That goes for you guys too. All right, let's get 30 seconds of this.
It's only 1/3.
It's not something you can really do.
So you don't enjoy blowjobs?
No, I think that's supposed to be in a very strange position for a man. That is not my thing. I've never got the appeal.
So what type of sexual pleasure do you enjoy having 14.5-inch penis?
Well, I think the benefit of it is it's taught me that I need to do a lot of foreplay, which I might not have done if I was just, an average guy. So having that time to spend focusing on it, and like I say, it takes a while to get aroused and all that stuff. So doing that's part of the enjoyment, and knowing they're kind of preparing for it, that's attractive.
How does it feel, like literally and emotionally, to have this penis?
Like I say, it's just.
My man likes foreplay. I like it. Good
All
for
right.
him.
Speaking of foreplay, here we go. Baker's turn.
Today, a lot of people is probably interested in how that went, but we talked about it, and I really like to focus on the Karen Reed case because it's kind of been overshadowed by your case, and that's a bad case as well. It's another way to get a gag order on you without getting a gag order. But I really want to dig deep into this Karen Reed case because there's so much I'm wondering about, and I know you are the expert on this case, if we can say that.
One of many. I feel like at this point, I feel like Turtleriders.
Yes, he should.
Inside and out that follow this, and I think that's kind of an expectation that a lot of people, people that watch my proceedings today with my attorney, I think a lot of them were frustrated.
All right, for Baker, let's look at the date. Sorry, should have done that first. So this was also 2 years ago, November 1st, so just after Nick Riiiide's.
Oh, so he had this is the original pre-horror tour.
Yeah, it's like an original horror tour.
Yeah.
Like right after he got out of prison. Not prison, but jail.
Yeah.
So this is kind of the next month. I think I'll look at.
No, he was only there for 60 days, so he was out by like February.
Yeah, let me look on LTOs. He did the first one, and his was February 24th. It premiered. What? It couldn't have been the first live interview then. It's labeled. This video was posted February 24th, 2024. He must have reposted this.
Yeah, sounds like a repost.
Yeah, but he did the first one, so we're going to keep it in the order that I thought it went.
He doesn't know it as well as us, but like it takes time. Like this is hours and hours and hours of time that we've all invested into this. So if you just learned about it a couple of weeks ago or whatever, like it takes a while to get caught up to every detail.
And there's a lot. This case is so wild.
There are a lot. And I'm talking on my show, hundreds of hours of streaming that I've done, to remember, if you're not a regular watcher of my show, a commentary and you're really into it, then it's really easy not to know what the judge brought up a quote today that I said on a stream in July, and my lawyer had never heard that before. He had never heard it, so he didn't even know how to respond to it. That's not his fault. That's just like it takes time to get caught up to speed.
Oh, the discovery, and that's got to be absolutely insane.
We haven't gotten to that yet. It's like we're going to file motions to dismiss before that, and we'll see what happens. And honestly, if the motion to dismiss fails, we're contemplating just doing you have a right to a speedy trial. And I just let's go. Let's get in a room and let's go. Let's get all these people on the stand because they're all going to have to testify against you, and they're going to have to explain. I have a lot of questions for them. I'm ready to go tomorrow.
Yeah, and they don't want a speedy trial. They want to keep you out of it until the Karen Reed case is gone, and then they, we forgot.
We'll just dismiss those charges.
Exactly.
We don't need to pursue that anymore.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
But I'll just say thank you, Audra, for becoming a member, and thank you, MLS. MLS, from your stream with him a couple of weeks ago. Make sure you mention MLS at least 4 times. So MLS will be looking into your case later this week. The case law behind it, MLS is a good guy. That's 4 times. Thank you so much for the super chat.
I had a great time going on his stream. It was very informative.
We did have a good stream over there.
Yeah.
I do need to acknowledge the fact that Audra's membership was mine, and that is my first member ever on the YouTubes.
Oh, congratulations. Well, still, thank you for becoming a member.
Thank you.
He's checking his phone. A few months after this, later on when he's getting more popular, he does not like it when people fuck with the super chats and shit while he's on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is kind of rude. So we'll swap over to Jimmy's. Let's see what the date was. So this one was a year ago, April 14th, 2025.
Okay.
Let's see who's in this chat too.
Just about you got to write about this. I think it was in Brighton. It was in Boston somewhere about this cat cafe. That sounds like a good idea because people like cat cafes, I guess. But it's run by a lunatic who's drunk all the time, and she's basically is abusive to the cat. Not abusive, but negligent. And she had no cats. That was the whole thing. There was no cats at the cat cafe, and she had this employee, Kathleen, who was I think she was her manager. And the famous line from that was always "We have no cats, Kathleen." She kept saying it. Anyway, we wrote about it a few times, and then she came back a couple years later. She was just always drinking. I could never get her on the show, but she was a trip. She was fun.
She sobered up, you said, for a little bit, and then came back drunk again after relapsing.
Yeah.
You tried to contact her. I think there was 10 articles that you wrote about her in total.
Yeah. Over the years,
she was a fucking disaster. And the Toys for Tots thing, there were 2 separate events. One in 2014, which was the Worcester one at Lucky Dog.
Yeah.
And then another one of this woman in East Brookfield.
I don't even remember that.
You wrote a poem about her?
I wrote a poem about her?
Yeah, you want me to read it?
Sure. How East Brookfield?
Yeah. It was the night before Christmas, and a skag she did snatch it. Christmas is now ruined because of this ratchet.
Oh.
The tramp was all nestled, and her legs did they spread, while visions of Newport 100s danced in her head.
That's true.
That's you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't even remember writing that. But all right.
You went they couldn't find this woman, and so you set all your Turtleriders on every social media, and you were like, find her, and you couldn't find her social media, but you found pictures of her elsewhere, and you got her.
I honestly, sometimes people bring up stories that I've published in the past, and I'm like, I don't oh yeah, you wrote about this person, and they throw the name out there, and I'm like, what was their Turtleboy name? You'll have to be more the New Bedford Jizz Trumpet or something like that. Oh yeah, that one. I forgot about her. Or in some of them I didn't write. I used to have a team of bloggers in 2017. I had 5 or 6 writers, and I didn't write the first Cat Cafe blog. I wrote some of the later ones. But my girl South Shore Turtle Girl wrote that one. And so I had a team of bloggers that all kind of blew up in 2017, on November 28th, 2017, when I lost my Facebook page that had 112,000 followers, and was like, back then, Facebook was like the primary way that we drove people to the website. Like no one would just go on a URL and just type turtleboysports.com, and they would have to go to the page. And if it's not shared on there, they don't see it. And so when we lost the page with like 112,000 followers, I mean, I've had that since 2017, but I didn't recently blow up. Like this happened a long time ago. And when that happened, the writers, the blogs that they would publish wouldn't get as many. They would get like half the views because we lost the Facebook page. And so they were making half the money they were getting paid on a per click basis. So that I lost like I thought that was the end of Turtle Boy there, but I survived. And you know, I kind of wrote about it in my book. If anybody buys the book on Amazon, it explains the whole story of survival up until 2019.
This happens to you all the time. I remember like you would have a different Facebook page and it would get taken down and someone would try to take it down, and you would always be like, you'd always come back fighting.
Yeah. Like it was just, I mean, we would lose Facebook pages for this, like these people who were dedicated to just taking us down. Didi Delgado was one of my earlier nemesis, but like this guy, Kevin Lynch, like he told me that he would spend 2 or 3 hours a day just reporting the page over and over and over again until it got taken down. So all these new idiots.
These people, man, surely the software on the other side can see it's the same person sitting there reporting people's pages over, and because it happens all day, every day.
That's what I'm saying. Like there needs to be some sort of like, you know, watch on that. Like those people who are going in just trying to report people all the time, like they need to be ignored.
Dean's mistress says
hello. Dean's mistress. I love it.
All right, now let's jump to this one. If I can, on this second pass through these interviews, if I can catch a rhythm, we'll be doing good. But we're gonna have to crank it up. It's gonna be a short show to hit them goals. Let's go.
Yeah, seriously. Come on.
We usually don't watch Melanie's, but it's old.
During your first discussion with your daughter, you know, what did she tell you, or something to that effect? And Mr. Reed said, well, you know, during one of our first discussions, it was in the hospital, actually. She said, I may have hit something. I hit John's car, something like that. Want to go to top? Let me see where we can go. Hold on.
And this is, I think, Will's first trip up there a year ago, November 26, 24. Seems like one of those in that time frame was the first time ever, you know, like people paid for him to go up there, I guess, to court.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so this is a good interview.
Nice.
Oh, wait. I heard a little beep. I was just about to go. Uh-oh, look who's here, everybody. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready, my friend. Here he is.
How's it going, y'all? What's up, Melanie Little?
Wow, how are you? You're still there.
Yeah, I'm in the Uber on the way back to the hotel now.
Okay, so tell us.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was amazing. This Hank Brennan dude is there just to, it seems like his purpose is to overwhelm the jury with distractions.
Mm-hmm.
It's what it feels like. Like he's this is an absolute fishing expedition. Like there's no reason. Eliza Little, I thought, did a brilliant job of presenting why Bev should deny that motion.
Agreed.
I thought she did great.
Agreed.
She made excellent points. I mean, how do you argue with that? She's like, dude, she talked to her father one time, and it was at like 6 a.m. What do you mean?
But also on the law, under Lampron, because she knew her Lampron this time, the papers were facially deficient, and she said that a number of times. And so under, even under the law, she said, Judge, you have to deny these motions because he didn't even prove the Lampron points in his affirmation or affidavit or whatever they call it in Massachusetts. So based on the law, his papers were facially deficient. They were facially deficient, and I love it. It's my phrase of the day. Did you hear what Karen said to the reporters on her way out? Everybody's gonna clip this.
No, I missed it. I filmed it, but I didn't catch it. I couldn't hear what she said.
She said, "Wow, can you believe that ABC, NBC, all the networks have been sitting on my confessions for over a year?
Right.
And don't you think that would be complete malfeasance if you were?" And one of the reporters said, yes, it would. And somebody said in the chat, and then she said, it's an absolute fishing expedition. She walked off, and that is going to be the clip. They're all gonna use that sound clip tonight. Maybe they will, but it's kind of dragging the. But again, they're on her side. They're like, yeah, you didn't confess to us, because if you did, that would have been what we published.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, why would they? Right. I mean, you're not very good reporters if you get the the bombshell of the century and you don't use it.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
what about when Yannetti said, dropped the bomb about Morrissey setting his text to auto delete every 30 days?
Yeah.
What was the reaction in the gallery?
Oh, yeah.
And these aren't Turtleboy interviews, so I was just letting it play since Glare's on there. Chill the fuck out, people. Damn.
I was sitting next to Meredith and Turtleboy, and we were just kind of like, what? But there wasn't a whole lot of reaction in the gallery. The gallery was pretty good about. It was a weird gallery. The O'Keefes seemed very separated. Like Paul was sitting by himself, which is kind of weird, or at least not directly next to his wife.
Well, Mr. O'Keefe was in between them at the beginning of the morning, and then I guess he left at some point.
Yeah. I couldn't really get a read on what was going on there, but I didn't really pay that close of attention to it. But it was.
I love you, Angel.
He interviewed. There was like one blue shirt person out there with a box of blue shirts, and Aiden just doing what he does. It was funny.
Have that one.
He's in the chat. Aiden, do you want to come in?
It's very funny. And then this Kim Fair person was there. Not impressive in person at all.
We focused on her. We paused on her for quite some time. I pointed her out. I said, if there's this woman, Kim Fair, Andy Dufresne on Twitter, if she's ever terrorized you, here's what she looks like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was not impressive at all.
Yeah, so tell us, was she giving you like the evil eye the whole time, and like was she putting the kibosh on you? Did she have like a little voodoo doll? Was she sticking pins in it?
No, she was actually smiling a lot.
Oh, really?
But it was just bizarre. But everyone who was there to support Karen was always just really, really great and really nice. I didn't even know we were just standing out there in the rain for a while there, but it's going to be really interesting because it's going to be interesting to see how Bev rules. It's going to be interesting to see how she rules on this motion for Bill's phone versus how she rules on the motion for Morrissey's emails. So I'm really, really interested in that.
Well, it looks like they're already starting to turn them over. So what I gleaned from it was that Hank said that he was already doing it.
He's searching for them. Right. Brennan's looking through them. But so I guess he's trying to be. I guess that's just a thing of cooperation. I guess I don't know, but I don't think Bev has ruled that he has to turn them over yet.
What's that called?
She has.
Well, because they agreed to do it.
But I mean, she might have, and I missed it. I don't know. Okay, yeah. All right.
I sent it.
And yeah, so he so yeah, he's the one going through them. And he typed in JUD, so I guess to look for anything judiciary. Hey, what's up?
Turtleboy's here. It's like it's a throuple. I mean, no, it's like the dream team. It's the dream team. All right.
Yep. Time to start it all of them over. Let's go.
It's always there. So how does it feel having something hanging down there when you're not used to having a thing down there? It's just
yeah,
it's
but I
just
think
higher scale.
hanging. I mean, I've used many strap-ons to peg men.
Yes.
And I love having a cock.
Yeah.
It feels nice.
But you're doing that.
But my
in the moment.
strap-on
You're
is 6 inches.
Yeah, and you're doing that in the moment. You're not doing it like going for groceries or anything.
No, I mean I would wear my strap-on to the grocery store, but
Okay.
maybe not today.
Okay.
But yeah, like, does it feel emotionally draining at times, or
Only when it's because objectified or because of it. When you don't want to be discussing it and it comes up as a topic, that's when it's a bit draining emotionally. Obviously,
no pun intended.
Like when he tries to like get himself excited, does he have to go like this, or do you like stick at the top, just stay at the top? And
Maybe I would have zero idea.
most of the time, like I say, it's just there. It's nothing sexual. It's just a part of my body.
Yeah.
And normally I'll dress in a way that I can kind of hide it enough that I can just walk on by and it's not an issue.
Thanks for listening. This
1.3 million views in 2 weeks.
It's been enlightening. It's been enlightening for sure.
The man with the largest penis in the world. Just thought I'd bring that to you guys. Mixed in
Very
with
timid. He doesn't have that BDO. BDE.
the BDE, no. And he's like the BD king.
There he is.
Yeah. Needs
Hey,
What's up, dude?
not much, man, not much. But I forgot what we were talking about there. But hopefully everything's good.
Oh, you just said stacking the charges every time you get to go out.
Yeah, whenever you get a W, they just keep adding on the charges. But I mean, none of this is going anywhere. This is all nonsense. Let's not forget that they put me in jail for 60 days because they know they'll never convict me, and they're like, "Well, let's get them in there for 60." But
right,
I'd rather not have gone to jail for 60 days. I'm not gonna lie. It was
14 and a half inches, KDK.
I'm not gonna lie, but I did it. So not a lot of people can say they went to jail before. I did it. I survived it, and I learned a lot by being in there, man. I learned a lot by being in there, and if they wanted to like stop me, they're not going to. I mean, obviously, I haven't broken the law to begin with. I mean, I ended up in jail over a freak thing. Like, let's be honest, like a freak fucking thing. Like somebody made up a lie, that they have no evidence of whatsoever, and that's all it takes to get your bail. I mean, we and by the way, we also found out today. It looks like we've been told that they're going to be dropping that charge.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, dude. That like, you see what's going on in this country right now. Like, especially like, I'm just gonna take it to like New York. You see all the cops and all the migrants that are beating up cops, right? And they're letting these people literally walk into court with no handcuffs. They go in front of a judge and they literally get released. Dude, they treated you like you were fucking like Hannibal Lecter, like you were shackled and leg chained and fucking thrown.
They love that. They love that, man. They love making me look like that. The shackles, the drama of it all. But
crazy.
Hey, I got so used to being in shackles, man. I spent 5 hours in that freaking jail cell in the shackles today. I heard you guys all outside. I was loving it. I'm the only prisoner in that jail. I was like, dude, whenever people go to jail with me, they're like, what the fuck's going on out there? Is Kim Kardashian on trial here? Some shit. Like, it's wild, man. It's wild. And because people know that I've done nothing wrong. As a matter of fact, I've done a lot of things right in this. And that's exactly why we're in this position to begin with, is because I've exposed bad people doing bad things. And basically, I'll explain. I'm going to write. Eventually, I am going. I had
a book. Yeah. I
had a blog published before I went away, just in case, explaining the whole thing. And I elected not to have that published while I was in jail. And we're going to add to that now. So you're going to, when you guys listen to the January 8th restraining order hearing, you heard everything that happened there, but that's a fraction of what happened. And you haven't seen the screenshots, and you haven't seen the insanity and the threats and the months and months of like straight up abuse, quite frankly, that was taking place in there that I just didn't walk away from, to be perfectly honest. And I did eventually. And then I was lured back there. And I'll explain that whole story, but
I have evidence, man. When I heard all these lies in court today, I'm like, oh, we have screenshots to disprove that. We can disprove this, blah, 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 blah. I mean, it's all coming from a person who lied about being pregnant for 2 months and pretended to have multiple abortions. They have zero credibility. Like that is zero credibility. And so, yeah, I look forward to proving that in court because the facts are on our side. And this is still the United States of America. You're still innocent until proven guilty. And certainly, you know, you can indict a ham sandwich, right? But that doesn't mean you're going to convict one, right? You got nothing on me. I mean, there's literally nothing.
Think he had any idea then how big the ham sandwich would be?
John.
Well, he didn't say there wasn't anyone in the car.
Oh, so he just forgot to mention that the dead guy that they're questioning about was in the car?
I mean, he just didn't see him at all, so he definitely didn't see him go in the house.
No, but where was he? Was he in the car?
He had to have been in the car. Like, there's no other option unless he's invisible.
Where was he? Was he ducking? Was he in the trunk, maybe?
Yeah, but your argument is saying, oh, because it's snowing, they didn't see him. A huge guy running the house, but they did see him in the car. Like, that makes no fucking sense.
So why didn't you see him in the car? Why? Explain to me a scenario in which a 217-pound man is not seen in the car when you drive by. Explain that to me. Without deflecting. Can you do that?
What's more logical? What's more logical? You pull up behind someone. You don't see a huge guy go in the house. The same house that you're waiting for your sister. So that you're driving by at night in the fucking snow and you don't see someone in the passenger seat. Unless you turn your whole head around, gawking in the car, which I doubt they were doing.
Question. If you wouldn't mind answering the question, that'd be great.
What is the question?
Where was he? How did he miss him? How did he miss him? How did he miss John O'Keefe in the car? Explain that to me.
He obviously didn't fucking turn his head all the way around.
But he said he looked in the car. He saw Karen Reed in the car at hands 10 and 2 with the light on inside the car. So how come he didn't see John? How come he saw Karen but not John?
Drive by a bunch of cars at night and look in the cars and see if you can see anything besides the person on your side.
Oh,
sometimes you might see
the lights are on.
Lights on. I'll see everyone in that car.
He had no reason to be like, oh, who's in the car? And this is a typical like eyewitness thing. They don't see everything, but he would have seen a big ass fucking guy go in the house. Like there's no possible way he would have missed that.
So you can't explain. So
explain how he saw a fucking 200-pound guy not go in the house. How can someone miss that? He's going in the same door that his fucking sister came out of.
Okay, but you're ignoring the car part.
You're ignoring the whole part of the fucking.
No, I'm not. He's too big to notice going into the house, but not too big to notice inside the car.
Yep.
Like he doesn't even realize what he's saying.
Cindy G from 2 years ago.
Well, does he have his own channel or does he just go on hers? That's Boundless Millennial, right?
Yeah, he has his own channel, I think.
Yeah, he's an idiot. He's like, oh, you say that he couldn't see him because it was snowing. No, I'm saying that I couldn't see him. They couldn't see him because he ran into the house because it was fucking cold, you idiot. Listen.
Yep. But they're not going to listen, Linda. They're not listening, Linda. This is what was going on in the end of 23, early 24.
Jen McCabe did say that she saw the car driving away 20 minutes after he allegedly hit him, even though the prosecution's now saying that she drove away immediately after hitting him. So I don't know what their theory is going to be at trial. I don't think they care.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Now, before we get, because we're going to get deep into this, what we're talking about right now. Before we do, how did this case get your attention? What was it about this case that made you just get such a deep dive and then build such a supportive community to back Karen Reed? Because I mean, the way I understand it, it's you that's responsible for building this this community that backs up Karen Reed and you organize these rallies and whatnot outside of the courthouse and this sort of thing. How did you get to this point where you were like, this is what I'm doing. I'm 100% in this.
Hey, Miss Jess.
Well, the story happened about a year and a half ago. I remember I saw it on the news, and a lot of people saw it on the news up here. Death of a police officer usually makes news like that. His girlfriend's arrested. You look at her bio on LinkedIn, and she's got, it all together. She's like a college professor, works at Fidelity, an unlikely suspect, right? And you're just like, oh, wow, that's really unfortunate. What a horrible accident. That's what it sounded like. What a horrible accident. And then I stopped and I forgot about it. I'm perfectly honest with you, but I forgot about it.
The same
story.
exact thing happened to me. I heard about the story when it happened, and then I just blah blah blah, and then I just moved on with my life. But
yeah, what we caught my attention was 15 months later in April, on April 12th. Emotion, and this made
actual
headlines around here on, like, you know,
what
I said. I feel bad for actual Lindas.
Yeah, they're all listening now, Linda.
Local TV stations, not much, just a blurb about a filing in which the defense was apparently accusing somebody inside the house named Jennifer McCabe, the sister-in-law of the homeowner, of Googling how long to die in cold at 2:27 a.m., which she would have no reason to do if she believed that John was at home in bed. And so that caught my attention immediately. And I said, if that's legitimate, then we have a murder cover up with, like, suburban cop families. Like, this is a wild story. So I read, I went online and I read the entire 92-page affidavit from attorney Alan Jackson that he wrote about this case, and it had all the police reports. It's got all of the Celebrite data extraction of Jennifer McCabe's cell phone and John O'Keefe's cell phone. It showed that John was inside the house, ascending and descending stairs at the time he was allegedly killed by Karen Reed. So it was, and I'm just like, wow, I like receipts, and they brought receipts. Like, they had evidence to back up everything they said. And I'm like, okay, well, there's got to be another side to this, right? Like, this can't, no, this is too fantastic.
Yeah, because you're not going to just jump to the conclusion that there's a conspiracy amongst cops to cover up a murder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, cops and just, like, soccer moms and shit. Like, that's what made it even crazier. Like, Jen McCabe, like, what? No, this can't be. But then the more I read, the more I realized, oh, wow, these are really well-connected people in town who had a lot of influence and a lot of power, and just didn't want to see their family members go to jail. So they, threw the body out on the front lawn after beating him up in the house, and placed him directly where they last saw Karen Reed, waiting for him to text her back, and just said, well, we'll play it off like it was an accident. Maybe she didn't know. Maybe she won't get in trouble for it. It's just a horrible accident. And we can just say it's a horrible accident. Unfortunately, they went too far when they tried to charge her with murder. Even if this was how they said it was, to claim this is murder is insane. Like, if she accidentally hit him, like, that's wild. So they overcharged her, I think, to try to get her to take a plea, because they just wanted this to be done with. But she didn't. But she dug in instead. So, and she's a resource.
They expect her to take a plea. That's what we always say. They did a shitty investigation because nobody ever fights it.
You're allowed to criticize me, criticize my guest, although I ask people on this channel to be polite to my guest, as always. If you have a problem with him, just take it up with me. I'll send it to management. It's fine.
I can't send you I loaded the charging docks in below.
I've got those, and we'll pull them up in a minute.
Okay,
but you'll
so
have
you have them. You have them. Okay.
You'll have control over the scrolling and stuff. But
whatever you want, I'll direct you to. So
we can get that in just a minute. But this is, guys, this is a thing that Aiden was saying earlier that everybody needs to be concerned about. And when we start getting into the type of activity that's there, we're entering this world. And you guys have seen this in multiple different contexts on this channel recently, talking about these types of issues. But we're entering this world where things that were common, mundane activities, not only common mundane activities, but common practice activities in many professions, instances, encounters, hobbies, everything is suddenly being changed. And it's being changed out from under us in a way that puts our normal human interaction at risk. And it's crazy to think that they're leveraging the concept of threat, harassment, and violence, where no violence, threats, or harassment are occurring, to convince us to not interact interpersonally anymore. And now I know that sometimes someone showing up to physically be in your presence might be uncomfortable, but sometimes that discomfort is necessary, a necessary part of gathering information. Many people on this channel will be fans of like a James O'Keefe and previously Project Veritas, now the O'Keefe Project. The way he works, the way they function is that they go and they talk to people. That connection that people make in person, that ability to read body language, that ability to communicate beyond just the verbal, beyond just the written word, is what allows us to get to those truths. And exposing that is a
God damn, Nick. That's a long ass motherfucking question, dude.
Appreciate it.
And for the people who normally watch my channel, I can see we bounced up to like 300 people already. So we might not pull up as many chats as we normally do, but we will still try to do it. I have put a delay on the chat today, and I put it for only subscribers, not members, whatever it is. You don't have to pay to talk, but because let's be fair, some people are not the biggest fans of you. And
yeah, they were already on here before I even jumped on. I saw.
Yeah, and they were nice enough to write in Swedish for me, even though I'm Danish. So I have a weird accent.
I think that's racist. I think it's like all you people look alike. You're all the same. I think that's what they're saying.
What do you mean?
White people look alike?
All you Northern European people, you're all the same.
Yeah, well, we kind of are, because we've been fighting for 2,000 years and inbreeding. So it's kind of like the Appalachians. Just with a few less fingers and toes.
I'm not from here originally, sir.
No,
Just
but the cousin wedding thing kind of drew you. Well, hell, it'd be nice. We have guests. I made some slides because if anyone is new, probably most of the people here already know this case. But this is what it's about. Karen Reed, who's accused of manslaughter, leaving the scene of a motor vehicle collision, causing death, and motor vehicle homicide. She dated Officer John O'Keefe. She's been out partying with him, dropped him off at a fellow officer's home, and found the body the next day in the snow. That's the helicopter view of the case. As far as I've been watching the two hearings in the trial and read some of the charges against her, and that's the gist of it. And then the state claims that they have been out drinking. She drives them to the home of Brian Albert. We'll probably talk a bit about him. Doing a three-point turn, which they later changed. She hits O'Keefe with the back of the car. She leaves the scene around 4:30. She tries to contact O'Keefe, and then gets in contact with Kerry Roberts and Jennifer McCabe, who helps her search for O'Keefe, finds the body outside the Albert's home in the snow, and calls 911 at around 6 a.m. That's kind of what I think the state has claimed in this case is the facts. And the evidence, they had a strained relationship.
Around like these Julie Carpenters of the world, all these other fucking morons. It's like they don't understand, bitch. People done tried this before you were around. Like this whole like we're gonna shut them up. Oh, that's cute. You think you're gonna be the person to shut me up? You must be new here, dear. We're gonna have to show you a thing or two. So it's nothing new.
I find it funny that people will be like how can you act like this? Like this is how a self-respecting journalist acts. And I'm like, you guys are new, because this is how he's been since day one.
Yeah.
Never changed and never like has let anyone like stop you or like gotten in your way. What about the Turtleboy graveyard?
Oh, the Turtleboy graveyard. Yeah, we ran out of plots. So
I was gonna say, are there any plots left?
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, so back in the day, like when we would write articles about people, the goal was to expose them and get them out of whatever office they were in. Like the Mosaic Cultural Complex, we put them in the graveyard. We put like Tracy Novick in the Turtleboy graveyard. We put all these people in there. We have plots for them. And eventually we just ran out of plots. So I think that ended in like 2016 or 2017.
I think we should bring it back. And is Tracy still on the council?
Yeah, well, we put her in the graveyard, and then she pulled the Jesus and she rose from the dead. And so she got elected again, and then she recently lost again. Honestly, I don't really pay attention to my blog, as you remember from back in the day, like Worcester politics.
Happy birthday! Get well soon.
I got Mike Gaffney almost elected mayor of Worcester. Mike Gaffney, the troll from Twitter, who's dedicated his life to me. He used to be my biggest champion. Like that guy told me straight up that like I am nothing without Turtleboy. Like I almost got elected mayor of Worcester. And so I used to write about local issues and stuff a lot. And honestly, Worcester's wild right now. Like there's a city councilor named Tu Nguyen or something like that. She made like libs of TikTok. She is, or they is, whatever, they, them, whatever. She's mad because another city councilor didn't do the they, them thing.
Kate Toomey.
Yeah, it was a Kate Toomey. Yeah, one of them.
Yeah.
Didn't do the they, them thing. And so she said she was traumatized from this. And so she just doesn't go to city council meetings anymore. And then the freak show shows up every week to the Worcester city council meetings dressed as like unicorns and all types of crazy shit. That's the shit I used to love to write about. I'm not gonna lie, I miss shit like.
We cut 2 videos that were lower performing and added 1 video.
I didn't say that first thing.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go on mute and let you guys talk because we are so interested in like what the vibe was. We saw Kim Fair. We had to focus on her because she's terrorized so many people in this chat. Bomb that was dropped about Marcy auto deleting his text messages. And then everyone's like, but you know what? Even if Bev doesn't grant this motion, Turtleboy's got the same motion in front of another judge. So there's going to be a way to get it. You guys.
Yeah, auto delete. That's I didn't even know that was a thing that you could auto delete your things every 30 days. Either way, Hank was like, "Well, we've preserved them since then." It's like, well, we don't care about the stuff since then. Since you've been tipped off that we know about your burner email, we have no interest in what you've written on there since then. You know, we want to know what was said about the communications with judges, which should. You know, any judge out there he's privately communicated with has to be getting all nervous, I would think, about that.
Wait a second. She got nervous. He said any judge who has ever sat on this case. That includes her.
Yeah.
And so I want to know what was her reaction when he said that because we could see him, but we couldn't see her. And I'm like, did she just gulp? Like
she looked very interested. Like
did she pucker?
No, she was like diligently taking notes during that time. Usually she looks uninterested or whatever. She was like writing things down. Like she was interested. Like it was odd behavior from her. Like she was actually taking into consideration whatever they were saying. I think she knows there's something very wrong with what Morrissey did.
Definitely.
I think she may have also been trying to distract herself from making any sort of reaction, like puckering, like when you go over a bump in your car and you kind of pucker and you're like, oops, like we'll go through a pothole and then you're like, oops, this is going to affect me because I am also sitting on this case. I know him. We grew up together in Quincy. Oh, Turtleboy just like, I don't know, he aborted. He maybe he fell out. And I think that she may or may not be nervous that it's going to include some of her emails and perhaps she has been communicating on her private email with him with regard to this case.
It's possible. And it's
Remember, you can't talk about the air.
No, I won't at all.
844-500-4242. Earlier today, we had a masterpiece theater reading with Grace of I was as Sergeant Yuri Rubber Ducky Buchanan, and she was the young mother who was hassled about the rubber duckies. Any ducks? Anybody else? He does have sort of a broken English accent. Not really sure, but I figured it was appropriate for the moment. But we're going to talk to Turtleboy. Said it on TV Daily News. He got these are actual court documents, by the way. This is insanity that they would post these in a public forum. But first, I want to ask. We have him on the line, Aiden Carney, aka Turtleboy, and he had his own court case today, and he's trying to get back, I believe, your electronic devices. Is that right, Turtleboy?
Well, yeah. Amongst other things, we're also getting Mello disqualified, and as it turns out, Mello is actually going to be a witness for the defense in our case. So we're going to have an evidentiary hearing scheduled for January 10th, in which Mello and Tully are probably going to have to take the stand if he doesn't bow out. I don't know, but that's what the judge scheduled today. The judge seemed to, a lot of the stuff happened at sidebar, so it wasn't as exciting as we had anticipated, but a lot of good stuff happened today, and the judge seemed to agree with us, and seems to agree that Mello is a witness for the defense. I mean, this guy involved himself.
Mello is one of the is special prosecutor number one, as opposed to special prosecutor number 2 or special prosecutor number 3. He's the first special prosecutor.
And honestly,
every time I say duckering, it's duckerating, dummy. What's up, just duckerating? One of our peeps.
What's up?
So you're so
What?
Yellow, we're doing a national show.
I can't hear you. It was breaking up.
What?
What? Huh?
You talking to me?
Yeah, I'm wondering why we're paused.
Oh shit. We're not. A lot of buttons. Sorry.
I get it. It's not easy.
Yeah. I got too much shit open, but yeah, here we go.
Basically, take 3 of Ratchet's from my past: Krusty Panties, Chrissy Yakimovsky, and Janduso. Combine them into one. That's what we have here. We got the DCF, the mothering skills of Krusty. You got the the horror skills, basically. I mean, the other skills of Janduso, and then you have the sneaky manipulative skills of Yakimovsky, and in one person. Like, it's fucking crazy, man. It's crazy. And I know a lot of people out there like, oh, Turtleboy, what were you thinking? You're an idiot. It's like, yeah, okay, sure, yeah. I mean, I think I put that in one of my prison journals. Like, I'm flawed, right? Like, I clearly have a weakness here, right? And clearly, I should, I should examine that, right? I should, and I'm going to a therapist about that. Whatever, but it's like, I'm really good at being a journalist. I'm clearly not so good at choosing partners, right? So like that doesn't work. But either way, I'm 100% not guilty. And more than anything, just being out here today, man, it's like, I'll never go back there. Never. I will never go back there ever. Yeah. I would just, because I mean, I'll never do anything to compromise that. Nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. I'll be celibate till the day I die. I don't care. Like, nothing.
I don't think that.
It didn't work out that way, did it?
He should have done that. He should have done that.
Ryan Nagel didn't see him going out because he ran. Because it was real quick. Because he ran because it was cold out.
He must have ran real fast.
That makes sense to a lot of people. What doesn't make sense to anyone,
that does not make sense.
What doesn't make sense to anyone is why Ryan Nagel would not see John in that car if he was inside it, like you contend.
Let's talk about something else real quick. A lot of people are asking why the home's basement floor was redone afterwards, why they filled in their pool afterwards. People are saying that's a little suspicious.
Yeah, and by the way, the dog is gone.
And the dog is gone.
The dog is gone. The family dog that they've had for 6 years. It's just gone. And then they sold the house.
Right.
Yeah. Is that suspicious behavior?
I mean, you can make suppositions about anything, but if it didn't have, like, if the facts aren't there to support that anything happens, like, you can bring up anything about anybody, and
shortly after allegations were made in court that the Alberts were involved in this, including their dog. Shortly after that, the dog disappears, and the house is sold, and the floorboards from the basement, where John would have gone if he went up and down stairs, are replaced. That's not, and the house was never searched. You don't think
that to me is a little bit bizarre. I don't understand why or how the house was never searched. That's another thing that I'm like, I can't wrap my
because
arms.
he never went inside the house.
It doesn't matter if he went inside the house. A body is found on the front lawn, you automatically search the house. Michael Proctor was involved in a murder.
Oh my God! After a party at your house, if somebody ends up on the lawn like that, your house is getting searched.
100%. And if you didn't do anything, you should invite them to search your house.
100% searched immediately.
Resourceful woman and a very smart woman, clearly, and she hired a very good second co-counsel from Los Angeles by the name of Alan Jackson and his co-counsel Elizabeth Little, and they have done fantastic work with the cell phone stuff and just kind of adding a little spice to David Yanetti's presence in the courtroom. David Yannetti is a well-respected Boston litigator. former district attorney, ADA for the DA's office, who has a lot of courtroom experience in, the hometown here. Whereas Alan Jackson's not from here, but he brings a little more spice and a little more pizzazz and a little more cell phone expertise to the team. It's a really well.
And where is Prince Lover? She was in Jimmy's chat, chatting it up. I haven't seen her in Discord and I haven't seen her in here yet.
When was Jimmy's live?
It
Right
certainly
before
seems
this?
that way. I mean, I
Oh.
listen to them standing there in court.
Was she
and
accidentally blocked?
not only do they sound convincing, but they sound extremely passionate about what
Mhm.
they're conveying to the court. It's very convincing that they actually truly believe. They're not just being lawyers. They believe in their client. It absolutely comes off that way, at least. I mean, so
I
either
agree.
Either they do believe it or they're just really good lawyers.
No, they really believe it, and because they've dealt with guilty clients a lot, especially Alan's had some high profile guilty clients. I mean, Harvey Weinstein, Kevin Spacey, although in the case he represented him, he was actually legitimately not guilty, but it's got to be very refreshing for him to have a client who is 100% not guilty. It's got to be very rare in their line of work, and it makes it a lot easier for them to do their job, I would think, when you have the facts on your side and you don't have to lie, and you have a client that you can throw on NBC or ABC and do an interview for Dateline and not have to worry for 1 second that she's going to say something to incriminate herself, because the facts are on her side.
That is extremely telling that she can go on the news. Normally, somebody who's on trial, their lawyers are saying, just shut up, don't talk, don't make any public statements, do not go on social media, do nothing. Let us do everything. And for them to think that it's even a good idea for her to go on Dateline and conduct an interview is also, it's very telling. There's a lot of things that go between the lines here. It's like you said with the with those statements where it's all about what happened at the bar and not what happened at the house. Everybody seems to have this whole thing, like reading Nicole Albert's statement and her saying that she was asleep and didn't hear anything until after they took John away from the property and everything. You're going to tell me that you slept through fire trucks, her being belligerent and screaming and yelling and all of this stuff, and you own that house? This house is your baby. It's a beautiful
and a dog, and there's a big dog in the house that would be barking its face off if there was a bunch of people trespassing on their property.
You expect me to believe that you slept through that? No, I'm sorry.
No.
There's no
She also
way.
answered a phone call at 6:08 from her sister that lasted for 7 seconds. So she was awake because she answered the phone. Don't. And by the way, Adam Lally, the ADA, to explain that in court, he claimed that actually was a voicemail. That if your phone records say that you answered a call for 7 to 9 seconds, that means it went to voicemail. So my next question to that would be, so what do unanswered calls mean then? Like, how do they just don't have voicemail systems? Like, what does that mean? That's just such. These are the kind of ridiculous, silly lies that children would laugh at if you told them. They'd be like, "Oh, good one, Dad. I'm not stupid, Dad. Like, I know you're lying, Dad." And
a child could tell you that it
a
would
child could tell you
that it would say went to voicemail, not
I mean, they just get up there and they lie. They're just like, well, the 227 Google search, it didn't happen because I said so. Because she was on, and this is their legitimate reason for that, is she was on another tab. She had another tab open at 227. As if anyone with the phone doesn't realize that you can have multiple Safari tabs open simultaneously. As if Celebrate Data would not, Celebrate Data somehow got fooled by that. Like the ultimate industry standard.
I probably have like 40 open right now. I mean, so that's asinine. I mean, that would just dismiss every other murder case, wouldn't it? When they use cell phone data, wouldn't it? I mean, that would just excuse everything.
Of course, that's
ridiculous.
I mean, these are the same people that would use cell phone. If Karen Reed had Googled how long to die in cold at 2:27 in the morning, there would be no objection to it from either party. I would not be defending Karen Reed if she Googled how long to die in the cold at 2:27 in the morning, and the prosecution would not be contending that it actually happened. The only reason they're contending it happened is because it exonerates the defendant, because they don't actually care about truth or justice in this case. They care about getting a conviction for a dead police officer, and they certainly don't want the people who killed him to be convicted, because that would be a disaster. That would be a
Oh yeah, too many cops up in there. Too many.
Like that. That shit was fun. That's what the blog was built on. But I'm just too consumed with Karen Reed these days that I don't have time for anything else.
Did you see the video from that meeting of all the people going in? And,
yeah, I watched.
Dude.
That's the thing. I watched it, but I don't have time. It takes hours to write an article. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have time to dedicate to actually writing it. I'm too busy with, like I said, I got my hands filled with Karen Reed and a whole bunch of charges that I got to deal with as well. So I missed that shit, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Have you seen the sex ed curriculum that they're like putting out there?
Yeah,
this woman like introduced that all. It's crazy. I mean, I feel like Worcester does there is a lot of crazy shit going on. So like you are missed, but you got bigger beasts to slay.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've kind of outgrown it. You know what I mean? Like I've definitely, we're on to bigger and better things, and exposing Michael Morrissey is a much bigger fish, and the state police are a much bigger fish, and that's who we're going after now.
So the state police thing, that was also right before this, because you exposed the woman who she was like the daughter of a judge or something like that.
That was 7 years ago. That was in 2017.
Okay.
That was October of 2017. Allie Bebo, the daughter of Judge Timothy Bebo, crashed her car on the highway in Holden, actually on the highway on 190. And she was high, and the arresting officer, he was a state trooper named Ryan Skevior. He's actually from Canton. He's a former Canton police officer, believe it or not. And he was the protagonist of that story because he arrested her and wrote in his report that she offered him a blowjob to basically, drop the charges. And she asked him, it said in the police report that she said, "Do you know how many dicks I had to suck to get the bag, the heroin that she took?" Because he took her drugs, and she's like, "You know how many dicks I had to suck to get that?" So that was all in the report. It was all humiliating. And the district attorney, Joe Early, is good friends with Judge Bebo, this girl's father. And so he makes a phone call to Major Susan Anderson, the captain of all the barracks in central Massachusetts, and says, "You got to take these lines out of that report. You got to get Trooper Skevior to take the lines out of the report. It's embarrassing. It's humiliating. Her dad's a judge, blah, 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 blah. She's substance abuse, all this stuff." And so the trooper refused. He's like, that's what she said. I'm not changing it. So he got disciplined for that. And so that's where I came in. That's when and so I got messaged by some state troopers, because state troopers have been sending me stories since the beginning of time and asking me to blow the whistle on corruption within the state police. You know, the state police are the people that wanted this stuff out there. And so they would message me, and I would, I published the before report and then the after report. And I showed, this is what they're covering up. They wanted this judge's daughter is getting this preference out here. And so as it turned out, that led to the resignation of the Colonel Richard McCune, Lieutenant Colonel Francis Hughes, Lieutenant Colonel Dan Ristine, who was also involved in the Leah Genduso scandal and the Tim Murray crash, which I also exposed, Lieutenant Governor Tim Murray, and then Major Susan Anderson. So 4 really big fish in the state police had to resign. They called it Troopergate. It was like it was probably the biggest story.
What up, Mazza? Mary B, remember last time we were talking about Dean and the Virginia Slim crutches?
Yes. He's the size of someone's shoe. That's so cute. Oh, Dean, always so ripped.
Look at him. Gonna get stepped on. Gonna get stepped on, buddy.
Yeah, they don't
careful.
seem too sturdy.
Better be careful.
All good for them to rub elbows, but not about the case.
Mm-hmm.
They can't be doing that. There's
Yeah. To piggyback off of what Turtleboy was talking about there, she was very, very engaged and everything that was being said. There was also what's his face, the attorney for Gretchen Voss. That guy was just excruciating to listen to. He just couldn't finish a sentence.
We had to put him on 2 times speed. Luckily, we could speed him up. He was a slow talker. He's such a slow talker, like Seinfeld.
And the whole time I was thinking that too about the trying to get these documents, from these other news sources. It's like, do you think that they're just do you think that they're sitting on a confession? Like they don't like ratings? Like what? Like she said this really salacious thing, and they're just like, no, we're not. We were just talking about that.
Yeah, did you hear what Karen said?
Yes, I did. I did.
Soundbite. Yeah, wasn't that awesome?
That's exactly what I was telling Meredith and Will. I was just like, wait a minute. Do they think that she's sitting on a confession? He actually said that? Like, this is, Hank, I will give this. He's much smarter than Lally. Like, he's sharp and, like, organized. And he articulates himself well, but he's not working with much. Like, he has to be thinking, like, this is all you're going for? Is like, do you think the dad is going to be beneficial to you and he's going to get up here and like, this is it? This is your big ace in the hole? Oh.
Right.
I think
I feel like
they're never going to call him. They're never going to call him. He would be the best witness. There couldn't be a better witness.
Really?
For Karen Reid. They're never going to call him.
He was pretty insistent. He was pretty insistent. It seemed like he was going to call him. He said it several times today. We're going to call him as a witness.
He has to say that to get her to grant the motion. He has to say that. He can always change his mind later. There ain't no way in God's hell that he's going to put Bill Reid on the stand to testify against Karen. There will be no more sympathetic witness.
Oh, totally. So Mark Better always says that. And I don't know what they're like, this whole thing about I want 30 days beforehand to see if there's a pattern of her calling at 1:30. Of course, there's not going to be a pattern at 1:30. Her boyfriend was missing. Like, it was kind of a unique situation.
And she called her mom anyway. It was her mom that she called.
Yes, he did lie about that. He said that they called him both. No, he only called one, and she didn't answer. And then he calls back at 6:30. And by the way, all of a sudden, phone records now are valid, like, which is interesting because when Jennifer McCabe's phone records come in, they'll just pay no attention to them. Nicole didn't actually answer the phone at 6:07 and 6:08. It just says that. Okay. Now all of a sudden, phone records matter. It's interesting.
Yes. What I thought was very interesting for you yesterday, I don't know if you saw this, but Josh Levy posted something on Twitter yesterday. He made a statement about journalism, and he arrested 4 guys for witness intimidating a journalist, and they're going to jail.
Yeah, Eric LaBarge. I was covering that story before the Karen Reid case. They threw a brick through her window at an NPR reporter who was covering the kingpin of that, Eric Spofford. Look him up. He's like a multi-millionaire. It was like a private jet and everything. I am quite sure he was the target of that. He's the one that actually directed it because the woman was writing like a Me Too type story about him because a bunch of women, he runs a recovery thing for heroin addicts and he makes millions of dollars off it. And he sleeps with a lot of women who come in there and are in crisis. And so a lot of them started, coming forward and they spoke with NPR and that reporter got a literal brick through her window. And I'm quite positive. He ordered it. I don't know if they're.
Damn. Forgot about that.
See, I miss him. At least he was entertaining. This new guy, it's like watching paint dry, Howie. I can't even listen to that. I'm bored in my own hearing.
Is this the former judge and prosecutor, the double dipper for the pension?
He's collecting 2 pensions.
There's another guy.
No, it's the same as Cosgrove. He's collecting 2 pensions. He had to take a break to
$200,000 a year pension.
Yeah. He had to take a break to declare war on the First Amendment. So here we are.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Okay, so there wasn't that much news breaking stuff. So I got to ask you about this the rubber ducky transcripts that you posted last night. These things are I can't imagine that anything this nutty would ever happen. But it did, didn't it? I mean, why would they post? Tell people what's going on with these rubber ducky transcripts that were posted.
So, I don't know, a few months ago, it became like a thing. Some guy started throwing some rubber duckies with like
Colin was in the house and Free Karen Reed on them, and would put them outside D&E Pizzas like a joke. And of course, everything stops in Canton. This is like a huge thing. They start investigating it, and people were almost mocking it. Like, okay, you guys, okay. Then everybody starts putting rubber duckies everywhere. It became a thing, you know. It's all like they encouraged it with their ridiculousness. And so apparently, I think it was in like July, some woman went to dinner with her mother and her father down at C.F. McCarthy's, and she had two little rubber duckies in her purse, I guess, and she put one on the bench outside of D&E Pizza and another one, like, you know, on some bridge close by or something like that. And so she got charged. They're charging her with this for 2 counts of littering, Howie. Littering. I mean, Jim Ferris sits outside D&E Pizza. He literally throws 24 cigarette butts on the ground every day. He's not being charged with littering. And witness intimidation because she put FKR.
This is a felon. Same thing you've got.
Yeah.
Same thing you've got.
Because she wrote the initials FKR on a miniature rubber ducky, which is smaller than the microscopic pieces of tail like that Michael Proctor planted on John O'Keefe's clothing.
You know, but I mean, how can they? And it's being this littering investigation is not being handled by the Canton PD. It's being handled by the state police.
Yeah, it's a very serious issue.
And
it's very serious.
Exactly.
And this is the guy Buchanek who lost 5 vacation days, and he's worried about the human rights of the McAlbert family. What did this guy do when Proctor was sending out those vile messages about Karen Reed?
I believe he hit the like button or the laughing emoji or something like that. He thought it was funny, and he has the gall to tell this woman, you know, human to human, heart to heart. Think about poor Chris Albert. Yeah, poor Chris Albert's.
Oh damn! People hit like because I actually forgot to hit like. I just looked down and was like, shit. This is my stream. But I'll hit like now. So everybody else hit like.
For everybody.
Yeah, 5 to the goal. 40 minutes till we bombard into the turtle room. 42 minutes left. 42 minutes left and we ride turtles. Let's get this go.
That's gonna happen. Hey, I gotta tell you though, man. I think
that was perfect timing. I said, let's get this goal. And he said,
I don't think that's gonna happen.
He's so fucking mean, LTL. Jesus.
God, just perfect timing right there. Let me do it one more time. Here we go. Let's get this goal.
Nothing. I'll be celibate to the day I die. I don't care. Like nothing.
I don't think that's gonna happen. Hey, I gotta tell you though, man. I think it takes a lot of balls to say, you know, what you just said is like, you know, I have some things to work on and some therapy, you know, like that's cool. And like you were saying today, like I had all these emotions and I was trying to hold it back. Dude, it's okay. You're a fucking human being, you know, is that tough outside, you know, that exterior and all that, you know, at the bottom line, we're all fucking human beings inside. And it's okay to admit that stuff. And I think it's cool that you're comfortable saying that. I mean, you've been through a lot in the last 6 days.
Was that long?
It's insane. You know, it's completely insane. And I get it.
I only lost 8 pounds in there, by the way.
Yeah, but you look good, man. You look good.
Thanks, man. Well, it's like all you can do. I worked out. I mean, I'll never have a chance to work out like 3 hours a day, man. Like I documented my routine every morning. I would get up and I'd run on that basketball court. The CEOs probably thought I was like Forrest Gump out there.
Celebrity in the chat.
I had to be by myself in prison. Every other prisoner gets to like hang out with other prisoners, which I mean, I wasn't really looking forward to that much. At least there was someone to talk to.
Right.
You know, like I was stuck by myself because of my high profile nature. So they put me in, and I'll talk all about this.
Yeah.
They put me in a goddamn, you know, medical unit with the nut jobs, and they just wouldn't move me out of there. And so I had to do rec by myself every day, and I would, you know, run 7 or 8 miles a day, do a shitload of pull-ups, man. I can do a shitload of pull-ups. I'll tell you, I can do like 60. I do 3 sets, man. I can do over 60 now. It's pretty good.
Jesus,
and then at night, I would just, they have these cots there. And I would just do like 500-600 step-ups onto these cots for like 30-something minutes, and then do like 300 push-ups in various increments, whatever. And just fucking, that's all. I would shower twice a day, and that's all you could do is just keep your mind right, keep your body right, and get through it day by day. And that's what I did, and I made it through there. I felt by the end, it was like prison was no. I wanted to get the fuck out of there. Don't get me wrong, but it was no big thing.
Yeah, I just found out that LTL was shitting all over Emily C on X yesterday or today and got roasted for it.
Yeah, as well he should. That's ridiculous. How could anyone be mean to Emily?
That is a really good question because you got to be a loser to be able to fucking with Emily C. What?
Definitely a loser guy.
But what would set that off? Like, how big of a loser gal do you got to be?
You're a loser guy.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nightmare. If a house in which
I've been kicking some, so I'm kicking the LTL one now. Now we're
a decorated Boston cop,
down
right?
4.
A soccer mom, an ATF agent, a nurse was inside that house, a freaking nurse in Milton, and several other people who are, you know, well-respected members of the community. Essentially did murder this man, and I mean that. Like, every other person in that house that knew this happened, and they all knew it happened. Don't tell me that some people have suggested that maybe there's some people that didn't know. Stop it. You're in a house, somebody gets beaten to death, you know about it. Stop it. And that they all just okay with it because they did not want, like, once you get into this lie, you're stuck with it. There's no backing out. Like the Sarah Levinsons of the world, like, once they lied about it and they washed it, like, you can't just suddenly come clean. Like, you're going to jail. Like, you're in big trouble and you know it. So it's easier to just go along with the lie and keep telling the lie over and over again. And it's a really simple lie. All they had to say was he didn't come in the house. That's the extent of their cover-up. That's the extent of the lie. John O'Keefe did not come in the house. I don't know what happened to him. I don't even know why they were talking about seeing the car outside. They should just said, like, if they were smart, they would have all just said, I didn't even look outside. I was getting drunk. We were doing keg stands. And John never came in. And the music was loud. We didn't even look outside. I don't know why they all offered up this stupid information about, like, well, I saw the car driving away at 12:45. Once you start telling stories like that, then you get caught. Like, they should have just been like, no, I didn't. I thought he was coming over. I guess he never came. So, yeah, I didn't even look outside. That's what they should have said.
Right. And that's another thing is having covered a few trials on this channel. I always have to remind my audience that a defense attorney's job is merely to create doubt. That's it. But they're going beyond that.
Maybe I just got word that Miniature Dean is off the crutches.
Oh, good. Well, that was quick. Those moves down, even with the bare feet on the New York City streets.
Miniature Dean on them streets, boy.
Karen's attorney, her defense team is not. I mean, they could just create the doubt. That's it. And
yeah, but because they're going for the third party culprit, which requires them to essentially be the prosecutor and prove that the other parties were responsible. I certainly and on top of that, like, if you're Karen Reed, to me, it would not be enough to just get acquitted for this. I would not be satisfied with that, because obviously I'm sure she would be perfectly satisfied with just breathing for the first time and saying, whew, that's gone. You know, you're acquitted, right?
That's actually the point I'm trying to make is very telling that it would just be very easy for them to just create that doubt. But since they're going so beyond that, I feel that it's telling that there's something else really bad here, that there's a major injustice going on. And for her defense team to be so invested in proving that injustice, it goes to say that it likely happened. You know, it goes to say that what they're trying to prove is actually true, because they're going above and beyond what they're expected to do as a defense team at that point.
Got your gold chain.
No, it makes total sense. I think that the third party culprit is just the way to go in this situation, because when you look at his autopsy photos and you see his eyes and you see the gash in the back of his head and you see the dog bites and you see that there's no bruising or broken bones anywhere on his torso, abdomen, nothing that you would have if you got hit by a car going 24 miles an hour in reverse, that the only logical conclusion, and then you look at the Apple Health data showing him inside the house, that the only logical conclusion you can reach is that they did it. And so if I'm Karen Reed,
just hard to explain. Just don't make no sense.
Story I wrote before Karen Reed, which also happens to involve state police corruption.
You did the Tim Murray. That was you with the crash.
Well, I didn't. Yeah, that happened in 2011.
Yeah.
that was before I was, published Turtleboy, but like I had been given a tip so I wrote the Leah Genduso story, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, apologies. Before the Leah Genduso story. So I had been given a tip from some people that there's this lieutenant colonel named Dan Ristine who's wicked shady, and he got his girlfriend on in the police department, but he was involved in 2011 in covering up the Lieutenant Governor Tim Murray crash. Now, Tim Murray, I like Tim Murray. First of all, I think he's a
nice guy.
He's a nice guy. He came to my mother's funeral. Like I've known Tim. I have nothing against him personally, but that crash was shady. This guy, he was lieutenant governor, and at 5 a.m. in 2011, he was going like 105 miles an hour on 190 and crashed. You just Google the accident. Like it's fucking amazing.
It's wild.
Survived, right? And as it that wasn't an accident. Like that guy was trying to kill himself because there was like he had been involved in this scandal that was emerging involving kickbacks or something. I don't know. There's some scandal, right? There's no way he crashed like that. His thing was he's like, I was surveying the ice storm damage. That was like right around the time of the ice storm that we had that shut down the whole state. And so, anyway, Dan Ristine was the responding officer who covered that up for Tim Murray and made it not look like he was trying to kill himself, basically, or that he did it on purpose. And so I wrote about him. And then after I wrote about him, people were like, oh, you got to expose his girlfriend, Leah Genduso. And that's when I got all her court filings. And I found out that, she was a drug dealer who, laundered $275,000 in drug money through Hank Brennan and attorney Gary Zarola. I mean, this is fucking crazy, full circle shit. Spanky's involved in this. And so she ended up getting on the state police, despite the fact that she testified in federal court at Uncle Joe's.
30 minutes left. I think we're going to have to kick the Jimmy one because it's off subject.
They were going to catch him, but
narrowed down to 3 from 11.
the other, his number 2, Eric Labarge, just took a 4-year deal yesterday. But
can I ask you?
Go ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to ask you a question. Didn't somebody hang a giant turtle outside your mother's house?
Yeah, the Worcester police have investigated that. And
my spidey senses went off yesterday when I saw this Josh Levy thing, and I thought maybe he was.
God, that's horrible. They killed that turtle.
Yeah, and I think like that was left outside her house like a couple days before she passed.
Yeah, it was hung up on like the porch or some shit. It was fucking horrible. Like,
yeah, in the mailbox or something like that. Like, how much of a piece of shit do you feel like?
Oof. Hopefully, the turtle found his demise on accident and they stumbled upon it.
Yeah.
Rather than thinking that they unalived the turtle.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Rest in peace, turtle.
Sending you a subliminal message.
Who? The person who did it?
Josh Levy. Like, we got you. Look what we just did to these people for threatening a journalist. We got you. It's coming.
I mean, that would be very cool. Not gonna lie.
I mean, that's what I was thinking.
You know, the intimidation, as I see it, is taken. The state is the one that's guilty of the witness intimidation. Like I said on the day I was arrested, men with guns came to my house, stole the tools of my trade, and invaded your most sacred private area.
Exactly what happened.
And like, I'm the one that was intimidated that day for what? For questioning them, for asking them questions in public, for saying, for having a potty mouth. I don't know. Up until now, I thought this was all protected speech, but
well, we also know that they imaged your phone within 24 hours, and they kept claiming that they didn't do it yet because they needed the taint team or whatever the hell they call it. And we know that Brian Walsh got his phones back in 24 hours. So there's that. So
yeah,
they're full of ducking liars
for the purpose of finding the identities of whistleblowers. Like
that's it. Yeah, they want your sources.
Oh, we got this is a gold mine. Who's been? The first thing they probably looked for was what cops are talking to them, who's snitching. I guarantee that's the first thing they wanted to see was there any members of the state police.
And I hadn't seen Diane G all weekend, and I haven't seen Pinky in like a week and a half or 2 weeks. Yeah, so Prince Lover, Pinky, and Diane G, Bolo.
He's actively talking to him and feeding him information. And, they had to settle for a Stoughton Court employee. And because they had addressed it 13 days prior in that email from Morrissey's burner email. That's what they were looking for was, like who sent him this? Can we prove it's this woman? We suspect it's this woman. And now look what it's become. It's become part of the Reed case. And will be
I think she's got a big lawsuit. I think she's got a big lawsuit actually against the county, that Michelle Littlefield that they fired.
I hope she does too. And you know what? So there's a couple of strapping young men and women that have been accompanying Karen to court the last couple times, and they look. I'm like, they don't look. They dress like lawyers.
If she's good, then where's she?
And I just went up to them. I did some journalism today. I just went up to one of them and I said, "I'm Aiden. Nice to meet you. His name's Kevin. He's a BC law student. Apparently, she's getting an equity medical school. So apparently, she's getting help from law students."
Wow.
So the Reed team is going to be very strong this time around. Much stronger than last time.
Yeah,
something that shocked me, you guys, was the first motion that she heard for the Pro Hoc Vice admission of Robert Alessi. Let me tell you that those things are rubber stamped every single day. It's like, oh, you want to come in here, pay the fee, pay the VIG, you're in. Rubber stamp, rubber stamp.
Rubber stamp it.
Sitting here so sad. Think about what you're doing to that poor guy over there. Can you just have a heart? And meanwhile, his subordinate Michael Proctor is sending him messages about Karen Reed nudes and bowel movements, and he's like, "Ha, that's funny. Yeah, it's funny that she's got an issue. Yeah, it's funny stuff. Good stuff, bro. Yeah, high five." And like, these are our police, and like you said, like, why are the Canton police not doing it? This is like, I guess they're just not equipped. They weren't trained in rubber ducky, like tactical situations. They don't know what to do. Only the state police can handle the rubber duckies.
So this guy, the guy that phoned 911 to get the state police all over the littering cases, this is the selectman, jailbird Chris Albert. And so he runs out the day this happens. This woman, by the way, she doesn't even live in Canton. She belongs to the Canton Country Club. So she's having dinner with her lunch with her retired parents because her two little kids are in summer camp.
Yeah.
And so she puts the little tiny rubber ducky on the bench, not even in front of Chris Albert's mediocre chicken farm place, and so he runs out with a camera or his phone and starts taking pictures of her. And so the woman and her husband, when Yuri's there, and by the way, he's armed. Yes. And as part of the litter investigation, he's got a sidearm. Yes. Right, in case
she throws a rubber ducky. In case she throws a rubber ducky at him, Howard, he's got to come armed. He's got to be prepared. You never know. You never know.
So he says. So the woman or her husband says, "Well, he was taking pictures of them out on the street," and Buchanan says, "He has a First Amendment right to do that, boy," and the woman says, "Wait a second, what about my First Amendment right to put down a tiny little rubber ducky on the bench?"
My attorneys almost, they crap themselves. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. The people who are declaring war on the First Amendment are suddenly worried about the First Amendment rights of Chris Albert, Chicken Parm Charlie, to come outside and harass some woman for putting a rubber ducky on a bench that he doesn't own. He doesn't own it. It's like, so why is he, what right does he have to say that, like, you can't put that there? Of course you can. And FKR, it's like it's turned into the N-word or something, or like, I'm gonna blow up the plane. Like, that's what they're equating it with. Like, why would you put such dangerous language on a rubber ducky? You must tell us now. What was your motivation? And the whole time the lady's like, it was just cute. I don't know. It was like a joke. It's like a duck. Is this real life right now? Like, you got to be kidding me. He's like, we'll take it easy on you. Right now, we're charging you with just littering. But if you cooperate with us, maybe just one charge of witness intimidation. I don't know.
How about the when he says, "We hope you will not reoffend."
Yes,
reoffend.
Yeah, reoffend. Like, I think we had a good discussion today. You learned something good here. Like, at the end, he's like lecturing her, in condescending tone about, I'm glad we had this little heart to heart. Hopefully, you learned your lesson and you'll behave next time, young lady. No more rubber duckies for you. Oh my God! Like,
I can't believe that they would take it. Someone would listen to this and say, Yuri, this is a really good idea to put this on the public record.
Sorry, I'm muted. Dogs are barking.
I'm not satisfied with just an acquittal because you don't want that, because then you become OJ. Then you become the person that got away with murder. Like you become Casey Anthony.
Right.
You know, you don't want to live
Right.
life like that, like with that cloud hanging over your head and people are like, that's the bitch that got away with murder.
Yeah,
Like that. You don't want to be that person because she
this
doesn't
was
have to
her-
be.
This was her life partner. She loved him.
Mhm.
You know, this is she's going to want justice, obviously.
Right.
So that makes perfect sense. And so let me ask you this. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Like, you got to have a theory here.
Mhm.
What do you think happened? Give us a
Oh,
rundown. of
I
what
mean,
you
I think
absolutely happened. Who
and
was
people
responsible? How it went down? All of it.
and people will say this is a conspiracy theory. But I was listening to Brandy the other day on the 13th Juror podcast, which I highly recommend, and she made a good point. It's just like,
Oh, that's one of my favorite movies. One of my favorites movies. Oh, Stay Golden, Pony Boy. I was a little bitty tiny kid. It's my favorite movie. This is like a star-studded cast right there, is it not?
I don't remember which movie.
The Outside.
Oh yes, yeah, great one.
Every popular male actor. Oh, we got the confetti with the sweet woman
Sweet woman.
and Genuine. What's up, Genuine? Good to see you again. Confetti.
Getting goals. Yay.
Drop the cast of The Outsiders in the fucking chat. Let's see if we can get them all.
Get out of the right corner with your broke ass.
Put it in reverse, Terry. Put it in reverse. Oh, Lord, Jesus. Ow.
That was my summoning for Diane G right there. She fucking loves that clip. I mean, I love it. Obviously. She likes this movie.
Put it in reverse, Terry. Put it in reverse. Oh, Lord, Jesus. Ow.
Getting close to July.
I think we got all the actors.
You think we got them all?
Yeah, them all.
Oh, it was so many of them.
Matt Dillon,
No Slater. Christian Slater was not in The Outsiders.
Emilio Estevez, Ralph Macchio, Tom Cruise, Swayze.
Yes, he was. Appreciate the cash out, Thomas. But yeah, they were definitely.
Patrick Dempsey in that too.
Patrick Dempsey?
Yeah. Is that his name? He played he was on Grey's Anatomy. Derek. Wasn't he in that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I feel like everybody's missing one.
We got Rob Lowe.
What's the other dude's name? Not Rob Lowe, but oh my God. My wife's teenage crush. What's his name? He was in The Outsiders. He played Pony Boy. We've talked about it before. Thomas C. Howell. Yeah. There you go. I think that's all of them. With Diane Lane. Come on now. That movie 10 years ago cost you $1 trillion. Can't beat it though. It's still a great movie. Love it.
No, it's really not. It's actually the most logical theory when you think about it. And I think what happened was that John, what I know happened was John went inside the house and he got beaten. That's what I do know, and left out to die in the cold. What I don't know is who did it and how they did it, and we might never know that. But I think looking at him and looking at past history and the evidence and the facts that we know about this, I think the most likely thing that happened is I think that Colin Albert got dropped off there minutes before. 17-year-old Colin Albert, his former neighbor who had issues with him, for leaving beer cans on the front lawn, and that John walks in plastered. From what I've heard, John was extremely drunk that night. Walks in and has words for Colin Albert. This little shit dick's here. This motherfucker's throwing shit. This motherfucker, I hate this, and then Colin Albert is just like, fuck you, motherfucker, and they start fighting. Like, I don't know who punched who first, but John's got, bruised knuckles. Looks like he punched something. So I think a fight happened. And I think when that happens, that Brian Albert is instinctively going to side with his nephew. And Brian Albert is a known fighter with a history of punching people in the face. I think the two of them beat him up. And I think that the dog backs up his owner, which is Brian Albert. And I think at some point, something went wrong. I don't know what happened.
Oh, I've got to stop this show. Ugh. Let me guess. If you've never seen The Outsiders, then you probably never watched Forrest Gump either.
Well, that's like, you can't miss that one.
Well, if I were you, I'd pop some popcorn, crank up the biggest TV you got, and find The Outsiders and watch it.
Movie night.
Then get back to us, because it's a good movie. We'll know when you get back whether you're a Socia or a greaser.
But something went wrong in which he fell face down. They knocked him on the ground, and somebody went too far and bashed him in the back of the head with a blunt object, causing the like that's what did it. Was that cut in the back of his head? That was the kill shot.
Tom Cruise's teeth were still crooked. That's how long ago that movie came out.
Wow.
And so, and that there must have been at that point like oh fuck, shit. Like he was probably convulsing. Right. And probably shit was coming out of his mouth. If you ever see, like, it's fucking horrible. And shit got real quick in there. And they're like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And Brian Albert is murder police, essentially. Right. So if there's anybody who's equipped to know what to do in a situation like that, it's Brian Albert. And immediately went into, this is what we're going to do. Okay. She's parked out there. She was, I believe.
I figured the movie paid for the teeth. That's what I figured, but whatever.
Probably better teeth.
A lot of them had an excellent career after that movie. I mean, had Patrick Swayze in it. Come on, man. Come on.
Him.
And you got to be nice until it's time not to be nice.
She was still parked outside waiting for him to text her back at that point. And I think as soon as she leaves, we're gonna put a cell phone there, and we're gonna put his body there. And we're all just going to say he didn't come in the house. And Sarah Levinson is probably sitting in the corner crying, and Julie Nagel's crying. And they're probably like, what the fuck is happening right now? And Jen McCabe is the one that's there telling him, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. We're just going to, this is an accident. This didn't mean to happen. We're all going to be fine. We're all going to be fine. And because they stayed there for another hour after that. And I'm sure they talked about things. And they said, this is what we're going to say. If you get questioned about this, we're going to make sure that we have we know all the police. They're going to ask you this. Just say they didn't come in the house. That's it. You didn't come inside the house. And so I think they left there at 1:47. Jen McCabe, Matt McCabe, Julie Nagel, and Sarah Levinson. They were believed to be the last four who left the house. Although we now know that Caitlin Albert was still inside the house. Brian Albert Jr. was still inside the house. There were others in the house. So they left at 1:47, and there was no body on the front lawn.
Ice cream.
Lieutenant Dan.
Ice cream.
Stamp, rubber stamp. And when she started questioning Yannetti about, oh, really? You said that you need him because he has some sort of special skills. What exactly is his area of expertise, Mr. Yannetti? That is never done. Never done. She looked him up on his website, and he handles Section 1983 cases against governmental entities who violate people's civil rights. And to me, that meant her, in my mind, she's like, oh no, I don't want him on your team. She's like, oh, wait a minute, he's not really a criminal lawyer, so he doesn't really handle criminal cases. And Yannetti was kind of like, he's one of the most excellent trial lawyers out there, Your Honor. Yeah. Like, he's an excellent trial lawyer. We're building our team. We need him. And I don't know if she's going to, like, these things are never denied. When I tell you they're never denied or even questioned, the fact that she took the opportunity to pick that apart was a huge red flag for me.
I saw. I felt the same way when I heard her say that. I was like, why? What is the problem?
They had to prove
why can't she hire whoever she wants?
Right.
They don't want to get sued, and they know it's coming. And I don't know if he has anything to do with that or not. But they don't want some big look, just like she doesn't like the big shot LA lawyer. She doesn't want some big shot New York lawyer who's going to come in here and maybe, file a civil suit against Canton and against the MSP for Karen Reed's civil rights being violated. And I don't know what his role is. I have no idea what his role would be on the defense team, but she was fishing for information. And I think that's what she wanted him to say in open court, is that's why he was coming. But he wouldn't say that. It was just, the whole thing was weird. That was a weird exchange, and it's just something that's so commonly granted that for her to even think about denying it was weird.
Right.
And make them prove it. She said, like, oh, he's done extensive criminal work. Tell me about it. Like, tell me about the extensive criminal work. Like, and then it's just like, well, he's done criminal work. So, okay.
Not in the same car on this one, Pete.
You're right, it is rubber stamp. I've never heard
But I mean, if you can,
But they are in the same car on this one.
Record, because no one's gonna, like, the state police aren't already a laughing stock of everybody in the Commonwealth and nationwide, probably to a lesser degree. I mean, could there be anything more absurd than this?
No, I mean, when your boss is Michael Morrissey, you have nothing to worry about. That's the problem. Like, normal people in a normal workspace would, refrain from doing something like this because you're like, I'm going to look like an idiot to my boss. But when your boss is Meatball Morrissey, I guess you have nothing to worry about. It's like they have no shame whatsoever. The people that they're bringing up, this is like I'm not sharing the woman's name or anything like that because I'm trying to. The last thing we need is her getting out there and doxxed and attacked and all this stuff. But if you see this woman, like, this is the most clean-cut all-American family you've ever seen in your life. And they're just trying to make her a felon for a rubber ducky. I mean, you can't make this crap up. And again, they're not ashamed. Do they not have anything better to do? Howie, he got 3 other troopers, like guys I've never heard of, probably all coneheads, Clark and Gendron and one other guy and he immediately had them pulling surveillance. They were at her house within 2 or 3 hours. They had the receipts.
They didn't pull any video when a Boston cop ends up dead on another Boston cop's lawn. They didn't care about the video or about the cell phone calls when a pregnant woman ends up and is allegedly murdered by a cop from Yuri's hometown next door. So, but they're pulling surveillance video to find out who planted the rubber duckies.
Yeah, and they tracked down the GMC Sierra.
The rubber duckies. I know.
Fucking rubber duckies.
Back to the first one.
On at that time, that's a fact, because at 2:30 when Lucky Loughran went by, there was no body on the front lawn. He's the plow driver, right. and so at that
and we got 10 minutes. Remember, you don't have to leave and go there. I'm watching it. As soon as it gets close to going live, I'm gonna drop you in there. So, and you're gonna land in there and listen to one of Toy's songs. And you're gonna listen to one before you leave here, so you get 2 in a row.
Point, goes home and freaking Googles like a moron how long to die in cold. Immediately realizes it's what a horrible mistake that was. Doesn't click on any of the links, and then she's like, "Okay, if I Google, I'll delete that one, and then I'll search for it later after we find the body, and then it'll make sense if I Google it in that context." And she does, and to a degree that has worked because that is what the prosecution is selling. She's like, no, she Googled it at this time, not that time. No, she Googled it both times. So there's, according to the Celebrate data, and so that's what I think happened. I think at around 3 or 3:30, someone came over with the Ford Edge. They all seem to own Ford Edges in this family. Colin Albert included. Kevin Albert, I'm told, owns one as well. And they parked the car right directly where the body was later found, because Lucky Loughran saw it there and didn't plow because of that. And they used the Edge as essentially a shield and as also a way to a deterrent to keep the plow, in case the plow came down the road again. We're going to put the Ford Edge here so they don't come down, right? And I think that is when they moved behind me. There's a fence over here. Okay. Right around here, there's like a fence that opens up. And I think they brought it. It's a quick, 50 feet. Just run the body out there, place it right there, get back inside, wait for Karen Reed to find it at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I think that's what happens.
Wow. Yeah, that's.
And I don't think it's that far fetched. I mean, people will say that's a conspiracy theory. What's a conspiracy theory is looking at John's body and saying, you know what did that? Alexis in reverse. That's a conspiracy theory. Like, that's absurd. Like, that's ridiculous.
At 26 miles per hour and those kind of injuries, it just doesn't add up. And you don't need to be a medical examiner to determine that.
Yeah.
Now
It's called bruising. It's called bruising. It happens when things hit you really fucking hard. But make sure all of you go to my wife's page, check out the new song that she dedicated to Kelsey for her Mother's Day.
It's amazing.
It's a good song. It's a good song. So I'm going to make you listen to it. I'm going to put this song link in the chat. That way you can make it to the page, listen to the song, like it. And let's check it out.
You messed with the wrong one. You walked in like you owned every piece of my life. Same blue, same badge, standing right by my side. But I saw that twitch, couldn't hide. Looked at me like a stranger, like our history died. You lied to my face, swore you never knew me. Like I was disposable, something you could bury and delete. You sparked that chain, but then you stepped aside. Watch me burn while your good old boys all covered their eyes. I hit the ground, but I didn't stay. Lost everything, still standing today. You crossed that line, now it's crystal clear. You don't know the hell you created here. You mess with the wrong one. I don't fall, I don't break, I take back control. You made your move, I held my truth. Now I'm coming for what you stole. You mess with the wrong one. Say loud, still in the chaos, calm in the crowd. You lit that chamber, now the fire's grown. Got an army behind me, I'm not alone. No, never again. One call from the coward, flip my whole world black. Silence hit. That was the knife in my back. Whole life erased in a single calculated snap. Stood there screaming your name, no answer coming back. Didn't see coming from the man who said he loved me. While my brothers in blue turned and put me on the ground bleeding. But I'm still breathing, still standing right here. That should tell you loud and clear you don't know who you're fucking with. Wore that blue with pride, never thought I'd see the other side. Now my eyes wide open, I see every lie. Now I decide. You thought that was the end of me. No, this wasn't postpartum. This was Justinism. Every mind game, every setup, every twist of the system. I survived your war. And now I'm in control. Watch me. You mess with the wrong one. Now watch me rise. Every truth you buried, every filthy lie. I don't run, I don't retreat. Got a hope of it, moving with my heartbeat. You mess with the wrong one. Understand why I rebuild with these two blood-stained hands. You tried to break me, couldn't ever win. Now watch me take back everything again. You knew my name, you always did. You just didn't know who you were messing with. Now you do. I've always been true. Now I'm coming for all of you.
Going. Excelente.
Badass.
We made it through another episode of WTF.
We sure did.
What the fuck are you doing on the internet? We made it.
Yep.
Yep. Make sure you go subscribe to Toy.
Go listen to this shit on her page so that she can get some fucking watch hours.
Yep, she needs
Know
to
what I'm
watch.
saying?
Just past 900 subscribers. 900 subscribers.
That's awesome.
Yep. But the songs are good. I mean, should
They're
be
really
like
good.
1,000 subscribers. It will be soon. People will catch on. Takes a while to build them up. Build them up. There was something else I had that was very short. What was it? Can't remember. Anyways, 4 minutes and we were out of Turtles. So check out some more of their first interview real quick. We got a couple of minutes left.
I was toying around with a theory with the little bit that I know, but I noticed you didn't mention.
And nobody told me there was good spaces going on. I saw Kazi's comment a minute ago. That sucks.
Matt once in all of this, and because when I try to think of a theory, I try to think of motive, because what I was having a problem with was, well, the prosecution
Iris.
their establishment of motive for Karen Reed is easy. Well, they were having problems and she was pissed off and blah, blah, blah. And, they argued and she didn't want the responsibility of the kids and so on and so forth. But I was toying around with the theory, or at least with a possible motive, that Jen and John were pretty close. Their kids played together. They spent time together. It was her that was in communication with John that evening to get him to come over to the house. Isn't it possible that Matt felt some sort of jealousy and felt threatened by John in some way, shape, or form? Or, I mean, again, I'm not as educated on this case as you are, but that's what's jumping out to me.
If you've met Matt McCabe, which I've had the pleasure of doing a couple times, I think you'd understand a little more. Matt McCabe is the guy at the barbecue that just stands there and flips the burgers and is just happy to be there. He's not about that life like Matt McCabe's pussy. Like, he's just a big fat ball of pussy. Like that's what Matt McCabe is, whereas Brian Albert is like a stone face, like he's grizzled as shit. And Colin Albert is a punk, just an absolute punk. And so I just don't think Matt McCabe has it in him, to be perfectly honest with you.
All right. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Because I was thinking, I you can understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. That makes sense. It's a theory, certainly a motive, I guess.
Right. Like I said, as far as motive, because I was having a hard time just trying to think of motive, but other people had mentioned the Colin situation.
Well, that was a good one. I think that's it. It is time to rock and roll. Time to ride some turtles.
Let's go ride turtles.
Redirect is set, so as soon as the song ends, you can just hit a button and you'll be dropped in there. If that's not easy enough, I don't know what to tell you. You can just super lazy right now and just chill out and be in there. It's cool. I waited so long to be able to redirect. I probably redirect more than anybody.
Yeah, you definitely use that option.
Junkie. Redirect junkie. It's hard to quit. Once you get that redirect going, it's hard to quit. But anyways, people, excellent time. Excellent time. I'm not going to cheat, Iris.
Tick, 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 boom. Tick, 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 boom. Tick, 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 boom. Pressure build, detonate. Tick, boom. Too late now, can't moderate. Tick, boom. Just give me flash. Let's go. Everybody talking, nobody compose. You should have just let me be, but nah, you knew what I do. Who I am. You know who I am. Tick, tick, tick. Robbing and weaving where you telegraph hate. Flash bows pop every time I breathe. Whole world watching. Enjoy no front row seats. Say my name, watch the algorithm screen. Turtleboy! You drama sales on the fumes of my pike tails. Free clickbait for all the mirror ultimate. Bum for town clownies. Better all town clownies in the cheap seats. I built this house, you built noise. I built proof. Time Time to raise this roof. Time to expose the hard truth. Now the spotlight stuck on you. Oh, po baby boo. Tick, 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 boom. Truth hit the room. Stand clear. Tick, boom. Funny now, they fear. Tick, boom. Flash bulbs, no escape. Tick, boom. Clock ran out on fake. Receipts stacked like bricks on file. You throw stones, I archive wow. Smear campaign, panic press, but facts don't bend the cognitive dissonance. You had to poke the turtle, you know I'm a snapper, right? You about to. You should've just let me be. Damn people, you knew better. Tick, tick, boom. Pressure build, detonate. Tick, boom. Too late now, can't moderate. Tick, boom. Camouflage, case closed. Everybody